real quick. All right, testing, realm. Let me know if you can hear us. Talk to me real quick. Sorry about that, y'all. Technical difficulties, round 2. We back. Donald Taco, what's up? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Anyone? Mic check.
Yeah,
all right, cool. I'm talking to the chat. Fuzzy.
I
All
thought
right.
you were talking to them.
I'm talking to them. I'm talking to them. Yo, talk to the people real quick. Y'all.
Yo, hello.
What's going on, guys?
Yeah, they're saying they
Apologize for
All right,
that.
but can y'all hear them? That's the question.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I know y'all can hear Carl. Good. Okay, y'all hear the realm.
They should be able to hear.
Yeah, here you all. My man Pong. Thank you. All right. So what we
As
gonna
long
do?
as you can see that feedback on OBS, that they should definitely be able to hear you.
I ain't doing no intro, sadly. We at this point, we late. Yo, you stupid kid.
We're back.
All right. We're back at the main screen. Let us know again. See, desktop audio again. There you go. I know what to do, though. I know what to do. Try for these. No, I see it. Yep, so we good. Let me know. Realm, talk to the people. Addict, talk to the people.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello.
All right. This is Sony out here censoring the lords. Wow. All right, so everybody can hear everybody.
A lot, but it's not us.
Yeah, shout out to KSI. Yeah, my OBS too. It lost its mind. No doubt.
I always do it manually every podcast.
Yeah, I usually check, but that's on me. So we are back. Give me a second. We'll get things
When
rolling.
you guys get a chance, retweet that podcast tweet.
Yeah, if you can, yeah.
Some people think we canceled today.
The show, yep. They be like, they're watching the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl fighting the Lord.
All right.
It's like there was not a lot of struggle back the moment any kind of technical issues. Well, that's it, folks. See you next week.
They left us. All right, everyone's good to go. Yo, somebody Stitch said Cock paid the bill. Yo, how you do me like that? Stitch? Don't be judging my financial situation. All right, we ready. Hear ye again. And we are live, I think. Welcome to the Iron Lords Podcast, LLC, and also live on LordsOfGaming.net, episode number 244. It's another glorious Sunday. We're back at the round table on the Lord's Day. I'm extremely excited about our special guest, and we've got Call of Duty and popular Activision games on PlayStation, PlatinumGames wanting Scalebound, PS5 voice commands, and NintendoDirect to discuss. So we're going to get right into it. Shout out to Hardfine with the $2 super chat. All good, Cog. Don't let it happen again. Thank you.
Don't let it happen again.
Thank you, sir, for chastising us.
Cog's hosting abilities is being jeopardized.
Damn! All right, let's get to it. I want to introduce Lord. His unique skill set of cool videography, ocular inspection, and educational humor is an absolute treat for gamers to focus in on. Introducing the current practicing optometrist, plus creator and host of the DrEyeGuy YouTube channel. The Lord that keeps our eyes healthy and vision clear, who's also been known to shake them hips and jam out at his own eye practice. He's laughing. Live, I caught that video. Live from Idaho and making his debut into the realm of the Lords. My man, Lord Dr. NealGuymon, a.k.a. DrEyeGuy. How are you doing again, sir?
I am doing great. I'm actually secretly glad the whole audio thing happened because then I got the chance to hear that awesome intro again. So
Yeah, how does it feel that
Yeah.
you heard it twice and some lords ain't heard it
Twice.
once?
No doubt,
Yeah.
absolute Lord of what you do, man. What you been up to and what games have you been playing, man?
Yeah, again, thanks for having me. So this is great. So yeah, games. I like I was saying before when nobody could hear me is I am busy, between in my practice, work full time there and then the YouTube channel. So I spend a lot of time there, obviously. So I'm fitting games in between the crevices here. So
Nice.
I mean, obviously, some people know me from like a lot of the videos about the Oculus Quest 2 and Vision.
Plug.
Yeah, so I've been playing a lot of that. I think the most recent games I've been playing, or the recent game in there has been Damio.
Oh, you want to stay
Yeah.
tuned to the Lords in about a couple of weeks. Trust me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
trust
Well,
me on that. If you're a Demio fan, stay tuned to ILP in about a week or two. Continue.
Okay. Well, that's a dangerous game. I played it one night on Friday with my friends. I had to be to work Saturday. Bad decision. I was up till like 4 in the morning. It's dangerous game. But yeah, so
That's that DVO
I was
life.
like, yesterday we were playing it. My girlfriend came home at midnight, and I was like, okay, we got like 40-50 minutes before she gets home. She was home for like an hour before we finished that map. Like,
yeah, it's crazy. It can cause problems out there. Real quick, a lot of the chat is asking, who is this guy? This is Dr. DrEyeGuy. Let me put a channel in it. Who is he? That's who he is, no doubt.
He's a Sony rep.
Yo,
He's like, no, don't say
no,
that.
no,
You should mail your eyes to him.
you loaded what you do, man. We got a lot to talk about. We're gonna get
Sony
into
done
it.
went into the eye.
Ridiculous.
To the eye.
You'll mail your eyes.
It's ridiculous. Anyway, moving on because we're late. And you already know, we got the 4 horsemen of gaming, those original lords of the realm here at the round table with definitely time-sensitive intros. Now, my co-host with the co-host, my brother from another mother, the difficult game conqueror, lord of his own world, and the how of the young wolf. My man, Lord Addict, how we doing, sir?
Doing pretty good. I'm gonna keep this short. I actually played Sifu, and
Nice.
it's actually one of the best games on the PlayStation right now. So, you know, that's as far as I'm willing to go on that. I'll be reviewing it probably in the next week because I'm on the last boss, and he's definitely annoying me. But yeah, that's my intro.
No doubt. I appreciate you, man. And of course, we have our most technical gaming lord, the solo gamer who lives for the single-player selfish experience, and also the Sastradamus, the Lord of Clarity and Lord Patron of the Iron Bank. My man, Lord Sovereign, how we doing, sir?
I'm good, doing very good. I have been chipping away again at Halo Infinite. I'm almost at the end.
I forgot about
Yeah, you know how it goes.
that.
You know
Yeah,
how it goes.
nah,
Sifu as well. I'm in the 3rd area now. I love that game.
Oof.
The
I
only
saw
thing I
a
have
guy
is the
beat the
camera.
game in 24 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
mean, it is that kind of game when you
Yeah,
when you really.
it's also $15.99 on PC, and why
Oh,
is the
God.
PlayStation dudes paying $40?
Here
It's
we
worth
go.
$40. It's
Who has
definitely
it?
worth
It's definitely worth 40 bucks. but who
Time
has it
we
for
have guests and
$15.99?
we ain't got time to be doing
Yeah,
this.
King, damn. And then on the Switch, really quickly, big shout out to our friend Jonah Wallerstein
Yes.
on the launch of his game that we've followed for many years now. Kung Fu Kickball is out
Yes.
everywhere. So shout out to him. I've been playing that. It's hilarious fun. It is
Mm-hmm.
absolutely amazing. And then give a look to our review over on lordsofgaming.net
Yes.
by Lord Daniel Amoroso, as well as a Q&A with Jonah over at lordsofgaming.net. So please check that out. I'll put
Please.
those links in the chat.
Yeah, please check that out, no doubt. And of course, we have the Incredible Hulk of this, aka the Excess Gamer,
Ooh,
the Prophet of Xbox,
Swami.
King of the statues, who demands nothing less than that premium experience. It is the leader of the Fraud Alert movement,
Ooh.
beloved Lord King. How we doing, sir?
Doing better than Danny Jacobs.
Uh-oh.
Shout out to somebody that's not inspired to fight and keep fighting bums. What happened? You lose the one. Well, it is what it is.
Uh-oh,
This
Fraud
is
Alert.
for you guys.
Why we got Fraud Alert? What happened? What we do?
And it's not you guys. It's certain guys that's running around in the realm, and they're acting a little bit strange. I have to explain to you guys exactly how you lose knees. All right, because apparently,
yes, please, again.
Yes, we.
This is the
are-
greatest thing he about to accomplish right now.
we are the owners, the caretakers, and the dictators on how you can lose knees.
Yes, bend the knee segment, correct.
The knees is your word, is your bond. Like back in the Iron Ages, you know, you had if you had to bend the knee, that meant a lot. So that's your word. The only way that you can bend the knee or lose your knees is you actually make a direct bet with somebody,
Yeah, put it
and
on
that
the line.
person acknowledges your direct bet and takes that challenge.
Factual.
You cannot go to sleep and wake up and Sony purchase something and you lose knees. Like, you have nothing to do with that.
That's
All
not
right,
how it goes.
so-
That's not how the rules of engagement is. Okay. got it.
Please stop. Now, just a little real quick man talk.
Yeah, real quick.
I gotta let you guys know something, because being that I'm the leader of the fraud police, there's a lot of frauds out here doing a lot of fraudulent stuff. And you guys are growing up in a different time. You don't have a big homie. You don't have probably a pops around, an uncle around, someone to look up to tell you how to move in these streets, how to be a solid individual. Now, let me tell you something. A real solid individual does not need a co-defendant in anything. They don't need to hashtag people.
Tag people in?
And they don't need to talk on another man to build themselves up. Now, let me explain what I mean.
Let's go.
When you're not credible, what you do is you take a credible individual and you place him next to you to make you look credible. All right?
Oh, God.
So I want you to look at these individuals, and if you remove the credible person away from their programming, because these dudes take 6-7 hours to edit video, put video up, and try to associate themselves with a credible individual. You remove the credible individual from said video, and what do you have? A non-credible individual just looking for likes and looking for individuals to hold his coattails. So, brother, please go disappear. Don't use me. Because I will never use you because you're not credible.
Oh, God. Moving on. What you been playing, sir?
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
Everything in Game Pass.
Yes.
So I played they released Pillars of Eternity, and what was this one game that I love so much? Skull.
Okay.
That little Skull dude, like he's a little bone guy. He's absolutely the cutest. And he gets to chuck his head, right? It's a roguelike. And he gets to chuck his head and teleport to his body, which I find absolutely amazing. So I'm throwing my little head all over the place, and I'm like teleporting to my body. And also, what is this? The Last Kids on Earth.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. It reminds me of the Addams Family, like an updated version of the Addams Family with like better controls and stuff like that, better visuals. So I'm actually having fun with that. Do not play Crossfire X.
Oh,
Bro. Even I tried. I didn't know. Okay, is the single player locked? You have to purchase the single
you
player?
have to buy the single player.
Hell.
That whole thing is in the bushes. I don't know how.
I don't even know why you
messed
guys
that up.
downloaded that.
I didn't. I played it through the
I
cloud.
had to see it for myself.
Yeah, and I realized Maddie was right. Shout out to Maddie.
Shout out to Mr. Matty Plays, no doubt.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm done. But
All right,
please, guys,
Thank you, sir.
stay away from those non-credible individuals.
Thank you for the public service announcement. We appreciate that. And of course, we have the gaming ninja himself, the Shinobi, LordCognito, spreading that realness in the realm of the ILP, not telling you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. Shout out to Defining Duke. Had Mr. Matty Plays talking about, again, a lot of the Activision stuff. Also, kind of had a fun little sports segment about what teams we like, why we like the teams we like. Also, check out that Last Stand Media Patreon for that Defining Duke Ultimate, where Lord King did the crossover. We had he made his Defining Duke Ultimate debut. Had an Xbox One retrospective, absolutely fire. We took it back to
so much fun.
Yeah, I would rewatch that episode. That was a classic. That was a classic. We went through the moments, the highs, the lows. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of other things. So yeah, check that out. Also, Last Word when he bought his Ty Guy Travis. I came in late, but we had a hilarious episode. Shoot out to them. We had talk about Witch Queen, Void 3.0, and the Legendary Campaign. For me, it's been Sifu, Destiny Grind. Been getting back into it, getting my materials up, and of course, like Dr. iGuy mentioned, that Demio, me, Addict, shout out to Jansen, shout out to Sin. 4 hours went back. Was it the Black Sarcophagus, 2 levels? Hilarious. We had the Bard, we had the Guardian, we were doing our little thing. It was good. It was good. So check that out. But now that we got into what the Lord's actually, before we do that, Saul, you want to pay the bills real quick? If we got any, do we miss anything?
We got a couple super chats.
Oh yeah, let's get that. Let's get
crazy.
that.
So we have first we got Mama Boucher, $2. Super chat. Foosball is the devil. Shout out to the water boy. Let's put the crust in the chat for Chancleta Mangu. Welcome to the realm, sir.
Hold on. Let me salute him. Chancleta Mangu, salute to you. I did not know Video Game Amateur site was run by him. He did a tremendous kind of thing on me and Iron Laws and what we do. And, bro, you had the tear come to my eye. Thank you for the recognition through Black History Month. It really meant a lot to me. I want to salute you. I had to, because I DM'd the account, did not knowing who it was, just to thank them. He's like, yo, this is Chanclet Damango. I'm like, oh, bro, I know who you are. You're in the chat. Yo, salute to you, brother. You made my day. It was a rough week. To see that and to get the appreciation from the community during this month, you have no idea what that means. Thank you, brother. Continue, son.
Fantastic. And we got Flame, $5 super chat. Let's face it, no one will shut up about Scalebound until 1 week after it's officially released because no one really cared for it. Have a good show. Jesus, Flame. Then we have Cedric H, member for 20 months. Thank you, sir. With nothing else to say. Then we got Doovie, member for 15 months. The best part of my Sunday. Let's get it. Hit that like button. And we have Bunty, member for 7 months.
You don't know.
Enough respect, lords.
Yeah, I was gonna do it.
Let's go.
Then we got Hard to Find, like Cog said. Oh, good, Cog, just don't let it happen again. And we have Gerald Mack with the $5 super chat. Shout out to the Lords and LordCognito. That Oculus Quest 2 is fire. All hail the ILP. Salute. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Shout out to you for
Yes.
I guess he's driving cross country or something like that. So
No,
shout out
no.
to you. Hollywood Rules, $5 super chat. I thought my Sunday was all messed up, but glad the 4 horsemen are riding on a snowy Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes.
Get 'em King, hashtag y'all only getting Warzone 2.
Oh my God, we'll get to that later.
Then we got Hargi Chani, $5 super chat with a lot of hashtags. Hashtags, PlayStation is a monopoly. ILP is in the bushes. Hashtag PlayStation are hypocrites on violence.
Oh my
ILP.
God.
Then we have the fraud alert. Then we have hashtag PS tries to cancel ILP.
Oh, that's
Then
what happened. Yeah, thank you.
Then we have, and hashtag put Elden Ring in Game Pass.
You're ridiculous.
Then we got a big shout out to the homie Big Cloud Gaming. Put the crest in the chat. Welcome to Lord Bronze Big Cloud Gaming. I'm gonna roll back for a minute. We got C Mad, $5 super chat. All we've heard from Microsoft in statements from Phil and Brad is we desire to make available. Is Game Pass the price for non-Microsoft platforms? Probably, but we'll see. Like I said, cloud is not there yet. Then we got Lord Roughness, £5 super chat. Salute my Iron Lords. Shout out to the Messy Lords. Destiny and COD staying multiplat. I don't care. Put Elden Ring on Game Pass. Wow, they really want that.
They really want Elden Ring.
We're caught up.
All right, cool. And real quick for the merch, want to shout out Angry Hippie. He got that classic tee, that Phil Dominus Maximus shirt. Salute to him. And then let's see, a couple of anonymous bought ILP shirts. And then Donald Taku says real quickly, Solve, that we missed his super chat in last stream. So might want to let us let us know what he
I
said.
missed my super chat in the last stream. We came back on and read it.
Yeah, okay. So if not, you know what I'm saying? Donald Taku, just at me or
just throw it in here again if you can.
All right, cool. We all caught up?
Yeah.
All right, we have a patient guest. So now that we've gotten to what all the Lords have been playing, I want to focus back on LordCognito, his video game system history, his journey as an optometrist, and of course, we'll let him to creating the outstanding Dr. iGuy YouTube channel. So LordCognito, let's start from the very beginning. What were some of the first video game systems you had, and what got you into gaming?
Ooh, okay, we're going back. I was born in 1983. So I was born a month after the Nintendo system came out. Okay, so obviously I started with that. I think a lot of people did, classic old Mario. Yeah. And then just, upgraded from there. Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64. Had a PlayStation in there, then went to Xbox 360, Xbox One. So that's kind of my route. And then, a lot of PC gaming there for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, that's so a lot of fond memories, like everybody does, of having like friends over playing GoldenEye, classic memories, and then it morphs into online gaming with Halo and Call of Duty, and so I follow that general trend that I think a lot of people did.
No doubt.
Just out of curiosity, have you heard the rumors? I don't know if you keep up with stuff like that, but apparently Microsoft's in good talks right now with Nintendo to bring GoldenEye remaster back.
Yes.
What? No, I have not heard of that.
Yes.
What? Oh, no.
Apparently, it's like a really good chance that it's happening.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. So a lot of those games, I see, like you said, the Halo, you said the GoldenEye, so you had kind of like Nintendo. Now, I guess you said you kind of obviously you were born around the Nintendo, but what were your kind of your first console that you remember for yourself? like really attaching yourself to? Was it the Super Nintendo? Did you stay there, or like what was the first like game that you really kind of attached to, and then from a console standpoint, you really attached to?
Yeah, so I have memories actually with the original Nintendo.
Oh, okay. Let's get it.
You know, young, but definitely like Super Nintendo was probably when I would say started playing the most, getting really into it. So I remember doing Mike Tyson's Punch Out on the original Nintendo. I have memories of that, and then just Punch Out on the Super Nintendo. Those are like strong memories, and then Nintendo 64, and so I attached to the Nintendo pretty fast, but then I just I kind of merged over into Xbox when that came on, so I switched right over.
Now, question as far as the friends in the area and stuff like that, where anybody had, because there's a couple of Sega kids here in the panel, so anyone had a Sega? Were you familiar, or was it like didn't know anyone? We were just Nintendo all day.
No. So I didn't have a Sega, but I had friends that I'd go to the Sega. What was the? Oh man! Oh god! I'm gonna sound really stupid here because there was a Sega Genesis, and they had like the huge attachment and play the CDs. Like
there we go. Sega CD.
What was that?
Sega CD. Yeah.
Sega CD.
I don't remember. That's what that is.
Added cakes this segment.
I remember my friend, their family had that, and I remember going over to their house, and they were like putting a CD in there, and I just remember, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I live in the future. This is awesome. I can't believe this is real. And then I look back at it, and I'm like, wow, that's bad. But
it sucks so bad. But when we saw actual full motion video on the TV, we was like, oh, we're in the future.
It's like, oh god, yes. Crazy.
Yes, definitely. And like I said, the CD era, stuff like that. So there you go. Again, you pretty much stay in the Nintendo ecosystem. You go to 64, right? At one point.
Yep.
Okay. Any standouts there, and also in the Super Nintendo era? I just want to know any other standouts during those two Nintendo eras.
I stayed pretty generic. I mean, there was the Mario Karts and the Marios and the Zelda. I played a lot of Zelda, and then Nintendo 64. With the GoldenEye and Mario's and all that. So those are my fondest memories. I mean, I obviously played a bunch of games, but those are the memories I had.
No doubt.
Really good memories.
No doubt. So we continue that, and then obviously just stuck with it. I'm gonna assume, like I said, Xbox you mentioned. Did you have the OG Xbox? Did you have the 360?
I had the OG 360.
Oh, you had the big block, with the big X. Okay.
The box. Yeah. Oh yeah.
No doubt. And you mentioned Halo. That was the one for you. Like, what made you kind of get going to the ecosystem?
Yeah. So gaming kind of morphed into, like with Halo and GoldenEye and everything is pretty much like a way that you can get together with friends. But then when it, as it morphed into online gameplay, that was like the way that you could actually keep in contact with friends. I mean, when I went to college and then optometry school, I mean, that was the way I kept in touch with my brother, my brother-in-law, my friends. And so it not only became just like gaming, it became, that's where I had the social aspect. That's like it almost became a therapy for me, with optometry school. I mean, that was my release. Yeah.
No, good transition, because obviously I want to talk. I know we're a little bit behind, so I don't want to get as much in with you. But the thing is, now we transition, because now, like, what most people know for you in real life, like, you're a real life eye doctor, real life optometrist. Yeah. So, like, how did that journey start? And then, like, were you always passionate about becoming an eye doctor?
So, not always. It was pretty much in college. I actually started off as I was gonna be a computer programmer. Oh. So that's what I initially started off as, but then I had, but I couldn't see, so I went to the eye doctor. So I went to the eye doctor and actually became really good friends with him. I actually did a residency there and shadowed with him, and so that's actually what got me into the field, and then so then that's what made me kind of pursue that career as an eye doctor.
Nice. That's what's up, man. And then got to bring it in now to you do the eye doctor thing to what you call to content creation. So you're this great eye doctor. You got to practice. You're doing your thing. What in the hell made you say, you know what, I'm going to make a YouTube channel. I'm going to get into the crazy world of YouTube. Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, so I've actually always liked doing videos. In fact, I made videos when I was in optometry school about optometry.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, really, when it came down to the pandemic, and you know, we had our office closed down for a little while, and so, you know, obviously you start like searching ways of like where you can like better educate, you know, my own patients or answer questions that people had. And, you know, so obviously you kind of, you know, look online, and then I started doing video creation. I'm like, wow, if I can just make some videos answering specific questions that people have, like my patients, then I could play it in our offices. I could send it to patients, and then that's how it all kind of started right there.
Nice. Yeah, man. Really cool. And we were talking, you know, offline, you know, about how a lot of us found you, you know, kind of thing. So it's really cool. So I want to do really quickly like some comprehensive eye care kind of Q&A with the Dr. Our guy. We got to take advantage while we have him. So real quick, this one's for me. I'll open up the Q&A.
Everybody's getting consultations.
Yeah, we're going to get a free consultation. We're going to promote the practice, brother. So here's the thing. So like for me, you know, obviously I do the whole gaming glasses. So I got to ask, for a lot of people to ask this question, and I know you have some videos and stuff like that, like gaming glasses, orange tints, gimmick or no?
Okay. Ooh, good question. This is a good question. Okay, so it's yes, it's a gimmick, and no, it's not a gimmick. And the reason why I say that is because blue light is even, I mean, crazily debated even in the eye doctor world. I mean, if you go to the Facebook with all the eye doctors, I mean, they'll even argue about how well blue light glasses work. Is blue light actually dangerous? Is it causing all these problems? And they've studied it like crazy. If blue light's actually causing damage to the eyes, there's that the jury's still out on that one. There still needs to be a lot of research that needs to be done on that. If it's actually going to like hurt the retina, you know, damage the eyes. The big one is if it's actually causing digital eye strain.
Right.
And that's the one that's completely mixed. You'll get some studies that will show, oh yeah, it absolutely causes digital eye strain. And then some studies will show like, no, doesn't do anything. Blue light isn't contributing at all. And so that's where the struggle comes from, is because you'll have some studies that saying like, yeah, you need blue light glasses, and some that are saying they're not. And the most recent studies that have come out is saying that it's not causing digital eye strain. And so, yeah, so that's the most recent studies. Now, what is absolutely true, though, is it definitely messes with melatonin production, which affects your sleep. And so that's what.
Talk about my favorite word when you talk of that circadian rhythm. We talk about
circadian rhythm.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Talk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we do know that the gaming glasses that we do know are actually beneficial are the ones that probably have like a yellow tint, orange tint, red tint. Yeah. Because it's just like the one you have. Exactly. Yeah.
Gunner, I want the bag. Gunner, what's up? About.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Continue. I'm shooting a shot.
Those are the ones. Yeah. Yeah. Great. Yeah. So those are the ones that are actually blocking the certain wavelengths of blue light that's coming from our screens. And so those ones are actually doing something. The clear ones may be helping with digital eye strain. It does help some people. Some people say it's just a placebo, which possibly it is, but a lot of people say, hey, yeah, it actually helps. So it's tricky. It's tough.
Still a lot more study. Yeah, still a lot more studies.
Oh yeah.
And I respect that you said that. Let's get Kid because he got his hand up before we open up.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, so I got into a car accident.
Whoa. Okay. This is getting serious.
December of 2021. And I didn't think anything of it. I hit my head at the back of the headrest. Right. Didn't think anything of it. The police ask you, "Are you dizzy? Did you black out?" I'm like, if I blacked out, I wouldn't know. Like, did you find me sleep or something? Why are you asking me this weird question? Right. So it's like a week goes by and I really don't pay it no mind, but I'm laying on my side, right? And I'm looking at TV. I fall asleep on my other side. I turn over on my other side and I'm on my left side, and I go to sleep and I wake up and I have a picture of my dog that's above the bed. So I open my eyes and my eyes is a little blurry, and I notice the picture is off center. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm looking and I'm like, why isn't my eyes adjusting properly? Right? I go to the doctor, and they said I have a fourth nerve palsy
Yeah.
in my right eye as a
Yeah.
direct result of the car accident.
Wow.
And they said it takes either 6 months to a year to clear, or they have to give you a glasses with a prism in them.
Yep.
The doctor wanted to be funny. She was like, "Well, you can wear a patch like Nick Fury."
Yo,
Yeah.
yo, you make a good Nick Fury though. I was gonna say.
No, that's just,
Yo,
trust
the
me.
jacket right now, son. We put the patch.
No,
Yo,
we
MCU,
gotta-
yo,
somebody
Kevin
mute him.
Feige, I got the replacement, baby. Let's go.
Please mute him, please.
Continue.
So, and as a eye doctor, my question to you is, do you get that often with like head trauma, fourth nerve palsy, and stuff like that? And could you explain to everyone exactly what is the process when you get a fourth nerve palsy?
Yeah, so forced nerve palsy, so that innervates one specific muscle in the eye, the superior oblique of the eye. And so that's probably why if you had it in one eye, that one eye was probably not pointing the same direction as your other eye, and so is that why is probably off centered and tilted in a little bit. Yeah, so yeah, that's very unique. And yeah, they said you could wear prism, which would shift the vision down. Now, so do you have double vision usually, regularly?
No, it's
Okay.
It's only when I tilt to the left extremely to the left. And it has gotten better over a period of time. She said it will get better as it heals, because they don't want to do surgery. Like after I saw the video for surgery, I was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah,
because it's not an exact science, and you can make it actually worse. Type of thing. So
No doubt.
Yeah, we used to deal with that a lot, like with concussions in general. Did you have a concussion from it?
It's possible.
I see again.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
When it was asking me the question, usually the thing that goes with concussion is either dizziness or nausea, right? And I didn't have any nausea, slight dizziness, and I realized that I'd hit my head backwards because he hit me from behind. Pause.
Yeah.
So his car was destroyed. Because I drive a truck and he had like this little thing. But I realized after, and a lot of times, you're just so happy that you don't have a broken bone, or you don't have something else, and you don't realize that these little peepers in your eye, your head, these eyeballs are very, very delicate, and something very minor, and it wasn't a gigantic car accident, but it was enough that it shifted my vision, and I wouldn't have noticed if I didn't lay on my left side that day to go to sleep, because normally I lay on my right side.
Yeah, wow, that's a crazy story. And really, the eyes are super delicate. There'll be some people that won't notice that for a while. Like they'll have some kind of trauma or something happen to their eye, and then like they'll be like a month or two later, and they're like, for some reason I'm getting double vision. Like kind of what you said, if they like tilt their head a certain way, or sometimes if they're laying on their side, they'll have double vision just because that either the nerve or the muscle kind of got affected from the trauma and mess it up. But yeah, you're right. You're luckily it will slowly heal and come back and get better.
So that's what I'm worried. That's what I'm worried.
Yeah.
We need to kick it around.
Yeah.
No doubt.
That's what they say. So a lot of dudes will probably say, David is cockeyed. No, I'm not. We're not going to do that.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to fuck that. Moving on. Let's get Addict. You got your hand up, so you got a Q&A. What's up, man? What you got for Dr. Guy? I got.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Oh, I don't hear him.
He's muted.
He's
like,
He's muted like me.
Sorry.
But when I muted the whole podcast.
The crazy thing, I don't have a question, but like the crazy thing about your eyes is your eyes are so like subconsciously important to your body that your body just naturally defends them if they're like, because that's why like a lot of the times when like something's about to hit you, you always try to protect your head and you don't even think about it. Like you naturally just do it to protect your eyes from damage.
Yeah, I mean, this is where it gets crazy. So 50 to 60% of our brain is involved with processing vision. So that's a crazy amount of brain power that's involved in vision. I mean, not necessarily just sight, but processing what's coming in and reacting to it and everything. I mean, that's 50 to 60% of your brain is involved with this little inch globe organ in your body. In fact, there are more neurons coming from your eye hooking up to your brain than any other organ combined. That's like heart, lungs, anything is all from the eyes. It's crazy. Sorry, I'll stop talking.
No, this is great. We learning. This is a jam for us.
Trust me,
This is awesome.
at least 80% of us video game players wear glasses.
We're gonna get to that part too. So, you got anything before I got my next question with Dr.
Yeah. Actually, like I was saying offline before we came on. So the way I found Dr. iGuy was that as soon as I got my Oculus Quest, my Meta Quest 2,
Be crazy.
So I was
Please don't call it a Meta Quest 2.
Moving on.
So I noticed that I was just constantly getting blurry vision, constantly, and it happened with the original Quest that I had as well. So I'm like, I can't last more than 20 minutes or so without it going blurry, and I just can't do it. And I wear contact lenses, so and because I'm super blind. Like I think one time I didn't wear my contacts on this show, and I wore my Coke bottle glasses, and the chat let me know.
Oh, they roasted
The
you.
crazy part, Solve, is like I have that exact same issue, and like for the longest time I didn't realize there's a strap at the top, and like when I strapped that to make sure it stayed on my eyes in a specific way, I was blurry. But once you it's all about like the straps on the Oculus is designed to keep your eyes in front of the lens the way it should be.
The way it should be, right?
Exactly.
The way it should be. But whatever, all the movement, if you're playing Beat Saber or something like that, it's gonna move around and jingle around. So for me, so I always try to just have my contacts in while doing that, because my glasses, it just feels like it's just an extra. My glasses are heavy or whatever. So I have my contacts on right now, and these are my reading glasses over my contacts. That's how blind I am.
Yeah.
So so one of the first videos I saw from you was obviously the one about the blurry eyes and why that happens. But the second one that was really informative for me, and I still haven't gone that route to purchase, but the prescription lenses that cover up, that go over the Oculus lenses. So can you, because you had some like reviews and whatnot. So what has your experience been in that regard with those prescription lenses? Because I think that, to me, feels like the perfect sort of solution to somebody who doesn't want to strap the headset on over their glasses.
And that's usually what I tell people is so glasses. In fact, here, let me say this, because a lot of people still ask me this is if I'm nearsighted, so meaning if their vision is naturally right here, do they still have to wear glasses when they play VR? And so what kind of like trips them up is because they think the headset's right here, but the lenses are actually projecting the image 1.3 meters out. It's about 4 feet. So if you need glasses to wear 4 feet or further, then you're going to want to wear glasses in VR, especially with the Oculus Quest. So glasses, but it's just another step, another thing to wear in the Quest. It can be uncomfortable, it can be pinching, you risk scratching the lenses. And so then the answers there are either wear contacts, which not everybody does wear contacts, or you can get the prescription lens inserts, which are awesome. And I've had the opportunity to review 4 companies that do it. And everyone that I've reviewed, the prescription that they made was like exactly right, was perfect. And so that's an excellent option. I think a lot of people should look into if they just don't want to wear glasses in VR.
Yes, big time. I'm glad you said it. Good treasure, because obviously with me VR, and it's the same thing. Like as a glasses guy, I'm just gonna be brutally honest, and I said this to you off screen, like I feel it's really rough on glasses guys, because one, the positioning of the headset, and then I was positioning it wrong, and I had like this part like really pressing down onto my nose bridge. Then it was just the blurriness, and then just taking it off, putting it back on, taking it off, like it was just an uncomfortable situation. So again, came across Dr. iGuy's videos. He had like all these prescription lenses, and I'm like, all right. And then one of them, which is really cool, I think I ended up going with the real optics one, but what was cool is you broke down how great all of them were, right? But I like the fact that there was one that just were magnetic, and they just little snapped on to the little, to the thing. And I learned about my PID, the eye distance, everything with there. And since then, I've been loving it without glasses. Like I've been like that is the
Nice.
best. Like it's so clear. It's more clarity. So yeah, salute to you for that. And real quickly, I know you talk about with VR and stuff like that. There are questions sometimes with kids and long-term effects of VR. Like any studies that are out right now, anything, or is it still ongoing? Like how's that data with kids in VR and just the long-term effects of playing games in VR?
Yeah, so I actually did a video about that, and it was actually kind of a risky video as an eye doctor to make because there really is not a lot of research done. I mean, there is some, but as far as like long-term effects, we don't know. So we're kind of taking a lot of the information we know from like looking at our screens and iPads, and we're automatically assuming that would apply to VR, which it probably can, but so it was kind of risky that I did that video because there's a lot of that information that might change. But I kind of mentioned that in the video. But so I kind of tell people you do want to follow the guidelines that they say, like 13 and older with like the Oculus Quest. So I do mention that, but basically if you are going to let your kids play, I mean, so now that I said that, I have an 8-year-old and we let him play, so but you just want to be careful. Like I usually kind of harp on the 20-20-20 rule. So
break it down.
Yeah. Every 20 minutes, you try and make them take at least a 20-second break looking 20 feet away. So pretty much just like gives your eyes a chance to, breathe, blink, look away. And that will kind of just like reset the eyes a little bit. And so I usually tell people that if you're staying to that, I mean, that's going to improve your chances, I mean, significantly of anything bad happening in the future. So
no doubt. What about like drops or anything? Like, should they be like, like as far as to keep the eyys, because let's be honest, you are staring, right, for a long period of time in a kind of transfixed state. So is it a good like rule of thumb maybe before you start a long play session, before we do our DMO, should I be like grabbing the little drop? You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna need a whole bottle for that game. Yeah, you'll be on there for a long time. But I'm actually glad you brought that up because that's a big one. So a lot of people actually kind of laugh at me for saying like you need to remember to blink when you're playing VR because you are really staring, and so the surface of your eye dries out. But the one potential long-term effect that you could have there is your oil glands will actually atrophy because the blinking mechanism is what actually secretes the oil out of your oil glands. If you don't blink, you don't secrete oil, and then those meibomian, it's like if you don't use your arm muscle, Hulk over here, his arm muscle will go down and like become just nothing, nubs. So so it's big, and that could be a big one, a long-term effect one with kids. But again, I mean, there's not really big studies. Yeah, exactly. It's tricky.
No, I got you, man. So look at that. I got to remember, blink. Just blink when playing
Just
DMO.
blink. Yeah,
gotta get the blink. Got to secrete to get the glands going. All right.
Exactly.
I did want to ask about basically from a basic gamer, console gamer, the hardcore guy, right? So it's like, Addict, forgive me, this is for you. Like the guy who, extremely long gameplay sessions, dark.
Going blind. I've accepted it.
That's why I got that. I live this is we gonna do our therapy session with my man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like extremely long sessions, sometimes really low lit rooms on a computer screen. Addict, fix your face. Or like the old you're doing.
I actually don't have a low lit room. Like most of the time, I have my light on.
Back in the day, But or the guy like myself, I'm guilty. OLED television, low lit room, staring hours, gameplay session. Like, what can we do? What can that guy do? That gamer do to protect themselves as much as possible?
Don't buy TCL.
Right. Yo, don't you do that. Don't you put TCL in this like what can I do? Because I come from the era that I got was like one of the arguments my mom used to use against me. So I don't know if I told you this. Like she used to try to get me.
The eye. You
bro,
blind,
you're gonna go blind. Like that gaming, it's evil, and that you.
But you can watch TV for 10 hours.
But you can watch TV and do anything that we want you to do. But that gaming, like, what can we do to get them off us?
Well, it does use like fast twitch motions in your eyes. Like if you're playing a very fast twitch game, my wife saw me playing Doom. She said that's why you got that pulse in your
Yeah,
damn
you see,
eye.
that's what they do. She's like, see, when I had to get
You got
glasses.
that pulse in your eye
Yup.
because you're playing this damn Doom and it's too damn fast.
This is Dr. Aga, you gotta help us. This is what the matriarchs of the realm, they try to shut us down as young kids. They try to stop the fun. You gotta give me some scientific reasons I can fight back.
Yeah. So here's what you can use to fight back. So you say, hey, why don't you just play with me?
Ooh, okay.
That's all you need. So no, really, the eyes, they're resilient. I know I kind of harp on the 20/20 rule and taking breaks and your oil glands, but really, like if you really are doing that, like the 20/20 rule, and okay, so this is going to make you feel better a little bit. There are studies that show like what if you take gamers that are looking at screens with games, VR. Versus someone that's using the computer all day long, so they're typing up emails or who knows what they're doing. They are actually using their eye muscles more. I mean, they're working on, like you said, like they're working on their fast twitch muscles. They're actually working on like response time a lot more than the person that's just staring at the computer screen. So in a way, if you had to pick, just working on the computer all day long versus gaming all day long, as far as like eyes goes, you'd pick gaming.
Oh, so Cognito, what can we do to help Cognito not lose his eyesight?
I hate you right now.
I
I hate you right now. Continue. Continue, Dr. Aga.
The tide has turned, sir.
Yeah. No. Oh, go ahead.
No. You good? Okay, so
One thing I just want to ask quickly, because one thing I do, because I like to do the same. I like to turn out all the lights, the cab.
Yeah,
the ambiance.
Making a thing.
So for the past, I would say since the beginning of the Xbox One generation, PlayStation 4 generation, I've had bias lights on my TVs. So it's that light that projects behind the TV that kind of gives you that theater effect that allows you to not strain if you're in a pitch black room. And that's helped me, but I don't know if there's anything scientific behind it that kind of allows you, other than there's just light. Yeah, exactly. So
it's gonna fix your eyes.
And
We're
that
gonna
way,
put a light behind the television. and it's gonna actually make
does
your
it like,
eyesight better.
imagine like talking to him. Does it light it up a lot? No, not really.
not really. And it is like if you go to the movie
but
theater,
it looks cool.
It looks very nice. But if you go to a movie theater, that's the only light that there is. That light that's kind of behind the screen. Is there any truth to that, or should you be in a better lit room? Like if you,
so here's the idea about that. So when you're looking at a computer screen or a screen in the dark, and let's say the screen's up close. So let's say you're looking at your monitor. So there's two visual systems that are linked. So one is your pupil size. And so in a dark room, your pupil is going to get bigger. Pupil. What are you laughing at?
I'm just thinking about dilated pupils.
Continue. Let the doc speak.
So yeah, your pupil's gonna get bigger, but the other system that is linked is your accommodation system or your focusing muscles. So when you're trying to look at something up close, one system is wanting to focus up close, and one system is wanting to relax or get bigger. And so you kind of start fighting a little bit, or your eyes start fighting a little bit when you're in a dim lit room, because those systems want to work together. When you focus close, your pupil gets smaller. When you kind of focus far away, your pupils will get a little bigger. And so if you're in a lit room, your pupils will get smaller, and it'll actually help you focus and strain a little bit. So that's the idea behind that. Now, as far as like damaging your eyes, if you're looking at a screen in the dark, it won't do that. So it won't like cause retinal problems or cause like your vision to change. So that's a big question.
Hold on. Let me record that so I can send that to my mom.
No,
Can you say that
again? Because we're gonna clip this and we're gonna send this to moms everywhere.
Now, you know what I dread when I go to the eye doctor? The drops.
With the dilated joints.
Yes.
And they be like, yo, you make sure you ain't driving after this. Continue.
I'm the only person that got here. What the hell are you talking about? I'm sitting in my car. Yo,
they don't say nothing before you get there. They're just like, don't drive home.
They don't, right? So I make sure that I have my shades on, right? So I go And they dilate your pupils, and you're like, yeah, you're fine. They check you, and they do that little blue light that get close to your eyes.
Yup,
Yeah.
don't move.
Oh, yeah.
And you got to put your chin in that thing, that evil
Sit-
contraption y'all be doing, Dr. Aga.
Sit
Put your
face
chin here.
while I stick this into your eyeball to see if you flinch. And you better not flinch.
Better not
right?
flinch. Stick still. We're going to do it again.
So I'm sitting there, and the one tear is running out my eye, and the little blue lights get closer. But you get dilated, and you walk outside. And I thought the sun was on the floor because it was so damn bright. And I threw my shades on, and I said, yo, these shades are not working.
Well, don't you get scared? Like, what if it don't come back?
Yeah. Oh, no. That level of horror. Like, because they say, oh, it takes 2 hours, 2 to 6 hours. I said, what the hell type of range is that? Like 2 to 6 hours. That's a crazy range, right? So I fell on the 6 hour range on one of them, right? And because I had to keep going back because it's stupid palsy, right? So it's I just laid in the bed and I said, please, God. Yo, God, please give me back my vision at the end of this. I need sleep. And I lay there and I go to sleep and I woke up and I said, am I okay? I was like, yeah, okay, oh, cool. And I laid to my left. I said, yeah, the palsy's still there.
No doubt. Good, Dr. You answer the questions when we interrupted you a little bit.
This is actually funny hearing you guys talk about this because I feel like I torture people all day long with all this stuff. So it's kind of funny to hear people like, saying like, yeah, you do torture people. So but
sorry. No, you're good. You're good. I mean, salute to
Not
you.
Not quite like a dentist, but you guys are up there.
It's the most hated for me. Yeah, definitely. Dentist probably number one, but you guys are two. And as a gamer, because it's like you dread, you know what you're gonna get into. You either know your eyesight prescription might have, needs to be changed because it's been omitted or whatever. And the thing I have to say though, and I want to see how you feel about this, is like for me, it's like something you prevent, you put off for a while. Then I went, and it was good that I went for my eye exam because they were like, look, they did the test that at King's talk about, put the chin there, you do the blue light, but then they were like, we see something, and I'm like, oh no, what's going on? And then it's like then they had me put my thing in this other little machine, but this one was like blowing like air at you. You know what I'm saying? It was like a little thing, and I'm like, all right. And then they're like, well, we're seeing your pressure. Your eye pressure is high. So I went for another follow-up. And because, again, you're an optometrist, but then there's an ophthalmologist, right? Or something like that. So that's when I guess they sent me there. And they were like, look, it's good that we catch it now. It's not crazy, but we see signs of a possible glaucoma in the left eye. So they want to get you on the drops. What's those beautiful drops you mentioned off screen with Timolol, something?
Timolol, latanoprost, yep.
There we go. And I was like, and I got nervous. I'm like, oh no. Like, because the worst thing you want to hear is that something could potentially, you could lose your eyesight or something. Like, that's the worst thing you can hear. So they're like, no, this is manageable. You just got to take these drops every day. And, there's people that stay on that. And it's just what it is. So obviously, I know that's not exactly your field, but I just wanted to stress like how important it is for us as gamers to really stay on top of the eye exam.
Yeah, so exactly what you said. So you did the right thing. So so glaucoma is one of those sneaky eye things that can come up that usually you really only catch it in the eye exam. Your eye pressure can get so crazy high and you won't even know that it's high. And so that's why we do that dreaded air puff test, or we poke your eye with the blue light. It's because we got to see if your eye pressure is high, to catch these types of things. So eye exam, super important, even to catch like these types of things, because you're in a good spot because you probably caught it really early. And if you're already doing drops, then they're going to preserve your eyes for you'll be gaming till you're 150 years old if you're doing that. So you're good.
The funniest thing is, I grew up around these blind bats from a long time ago, right? So both these guys, they had they glasses, and I felt superior.
Yes.
Right. So we'll go to the restaurant, and we're looking at the menu. Me with no glasses, and I'm reading the menu all confidently. Until one day, I go to our favorite little buffet with the kids, and we having a great time, and they give out the fortune cookies. crack my fortune cookie, and usually we read it. Everybody reads their fortune cookie to each other. So it comes to me, and I crack my fortune cookie, and I'm like, "What the hell? What?"
Yeah, there it is.
And that's the first signs of going blind. And I said, "Oh no, it has affected me. I have caught the glasses."
I have caught the glasses.
I've caught the glasses. Like it's a disease.
Like it's a disease.
No. And I realized, I don't care what type of insurance you have. Right now, they do have little glasses over here for you that is covered under your eye care, right?
Yeah.
And then they have the ones you actually want to wear.
Yeah.
Right?
We gotta talk about that. The guy. What's up with y'all with
What's up with that?
the non-fashionable glasses y'all be having in the office? Y'all be trying to. I was just joking.
So I go in there and you get these frames, right? So you look at the frames and so I'm like, okay, I want these. And after they start doing your little list, and I have transitions, so when I go from this space to that space, and do you want to save yourself from the blue light? You want to do that? We add that to the lens. They doing all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And they said
$2,500.
That'd be $1,850. I said, excuse you? Wait, time out. I didn't. This not a mortgage. What's happening here?
$1,800. What?
Yeah. I said, what happened to the lenses of the rims is free? What happened to that? The frames is free.
No, those are the union frames.
Yeah.
They said exactly. But the actual lenses, each one costs like $900. I'm like, what? This is the wildest hustle. I said, what about my insurance? My insurance doesn't cover.
Here's the section for you. We have a system for you.
And those glasses is like something.
The old school trick.
I'm walking around looking like this.
Good.
It's fun stuff, though. It's absolutely fun stuff.
Your response, Dr. Hackett.
No, so it's all true. So, it's actually hard in our practice because it's a weird balance because it's like that balance where you want to offer certain things to like patients, like transitions and polarized sunglasses and stuff like that. But you also don't want to like you want to put that on there? Oh, that's an extra $56. And you want to put that on? That's all right. Like you start sounding like that person, and so it's weird. And so a lot of times, like we, at least in our office, we try and like do package deals, where it's like one price, and then it's tricky because there's some, even like with our lab, when we pay them for like certain like transitions, there's these like crazy polarized transitions that transition behind the windshield that go really fast. But they are expensive. I mean, even for us as the office. And so it's a hard one to even like present that to like the patient, like, hey, here's something, but it's gonna cost, and like
pricey.
It's gonna be pricey.
That's exactly what she said. This would be a little pricey. So, I'm thinking pricey, $400. That's pricey. No, she said 18. I said, excuse me. That's different.
We need that Louis Vuitton package. That's what we need for you
to different.
No, salute, man. We got to move on because of time. We're a little bit behind. But one thing I do really respect about your content is the humor. You got the good production values. You're doing the faces, but you're really informative, and you have like a very easy to understand style. So what I wanted to ask you, because you're giving out a lot of good game, a lot of good educational information in the realm on your channel, but what are some of the videos that you personally are proud of on your channel?
So
usually the ones that I'm most proud of are the ones that nobody's seen.
Salute. Let's go.
I don't know how that happens, but so for example, like the VR videos actually, or VR prescription lenses, I'll be making a lot more videos of that because those are actually the more fun to make. Like because like there's more passion behind that. It's like double passion, like eye passion and VR gaming passion. So those are the more fun to make. But I mean, some of the videos where I go into details like about the the eyes and like maybe like a certain eye condition or something. Those are the videos that I actually spend a lot of time making, like researching and everything. But nobody watches those.
Oh, no.
So it's tricky. So I kind of I serve two purposes. I make a lot of videos for my patients and my office too. So it's kind of like a double win there. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
No, salute to you, man. You've been killing it. You know, like I said, I'm glad you took the time and spent some time in the realm, educate. I think it's very important as gamers. We really need to do a better job about it, and it's really informative. And shout out to, I thought you was going to say the words you were most proud of was you dancing in the office to Justin Bieber. I thought that was going to be.
I can't believe you saw that.
I saw that. I caught you in 4K. I got you.
There's some videos I do just for the purpose of embarrassing my wife. And so that was one of them. That was one of them. Yeah.
So what's your level of celebrity now at your practice? It's
like do people come in here and be like, yo, Dr. Eye Guy. Oh wow, you doing me today?
No. In fact, hardly anybody knows I even do that I'm on YouTube, unless they see my videos in the office. But I have had the craziest story. I did a video about getting herpes in your eye, so like a herpes infection, and I had a guy, he had a cold sore on his mouth. All of a sudden his eyes started getting red, and he was traveling from California up through Idaho, which is where I'm at. And so he looked at YouTube. He's like, oh my gosh, can I get like herpes in my eye? And he happens to see my video, and in that video I'm like, if you even think you have herpes in your eye, you need to go to your eye doctor. He's like, oh god. So he like calls up an office, he's in the office, and then I come walking into the exam room, and he's like you're the guy I saw on YouTube. Like, you told me to go see the eye doctor. You told me to go see you. And so that was like weird. That was a weird experience. Like,
he watched your herpes eye video, and you told him to come. This is manifestation. You brought me here.
Yeah, he's like, this is crazy small world. So that was fun. Yeah, it's fun.
Man. Look, so we got. So have any other questions before we wrap up with that guy?
Yeah, we just a couple of super chats that are like related to questions real quick.
Okay, let's get it.
I wanted to get those. So first off, Midway Monster $5 super chat. Do corrective lenses make your eyes worse over time? I haven't worn glasses in 20 years, and my eyesight, to me, has remained the same. And then somebody DM'd me a personal question about pinhole glasses, and do they really help to strengthen your eye muscles?
Ooh, okay. So, yeah. Okay, so this is going by studies here. Yeah. Okay, but you will get some people saying one thing or the other, but studies show either wearing glasses or not wearing glasses does not make your eyes worse, does not make the vision worse. According to studies, you'll get a lot of people that say, my glasses like killed my eyes, and I understand that. There are a lot of people like that. So, but studies show that it does not. Now, pinhole glasses. So pinhole, pinhole will not improve your vision, but there is something called the pinhole effect. I think I go over it in one of my videos, or maybe a couple of my videos, where if you're nearsighted or even farsighted, if you take a little tiny hole, you can even punch a hole in a piece of paper and hold it up to your eye, you will see better because you're getting rid of all the peripheral light rays that need to be focused. There's one light ray that goes right through the center of your eye and doesn't need to be focused at all. And so that's where the pinhole glasses come from, is that you're looking through that pinhole and your eyes don't need to try and focus those peripheral light rays. Now, as far as it like strengthening your eye muscles or your vision, unfortunately not. It doesn't work.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And one last super chat.
Bag of goods, sir.
One last funny super chat. Pragmatic Eagle $5 super chat. I'm reminded in chat, I still don't think that puff test is legit. It's torture, and I think eye doctors enjoy it. Salute to
And also, don't rub your eyes with your herpy hand.
Oh,
don't do that. Don't do that.
So about the puff test, Dr. Eye Guy, is this an inside joke with you guys? With your friends?
No. So it is legit, but I mean that doesn't stop us from kind of giggling at some people here. But there is something like you'll start seeing more in offices actually using something called the eye care. Gets rid of the eye puff test. It kind of rests. It still gets really close, but you don't have to use any eye drops. There's no air puff. It still measures your pressure. So if you can find an office that has the eye care, you won't have to do the air puff test. So there you go.
The biggest question is when you did that eye puff test, have you ever told a customer or a client, stop being a baby, it doesn't hurt that much?
You know what's funny is you'll get like the big bulky guys. I mean, like football players. Yeah, like King here. Yeah, they'll get in there. And like the eye puff test, they'll get ready, and they're awful. I mean, just like shaking, jittering.
They're shaking, they can't keep it over. They're nervous.
Yeah. And then you'll get like this, teenage, 14-year-old small girl, whatever, and she's like rock solid.
Gangsta.
I mean, like we'll do anything. Sure. Oh yeah. I'll take that any day.
Yeah, I actually poked her eyeball with the blue light, and this big dude over here is crying.
Yeah. So offhand, do you know like your office record for the person who took longest to learn how to put on contact lenses?
Oh, that's
is there?
Oh yeah. So well, there's a lot of them that just like quit. They give up. But,
that's me.
Yeah. So yeah, there was one guy that was determined, but he was in there for 4 hours, and then we actually had to say, maybe you should come back because we're closing.
You
gotta leave. Yeah.
It took me 6 hours.
6 hours.
Yeah.
6 hours. But now I just, now I touch
now
my
it's
eye,
nothing.
and my wife is like, that's disgusting.
Oh, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Yeah.
It was your first time. It's okay. It takes others longer.
It takes others longer.
And now you're a pro. You're a pro now.
Last question before we wrap up. I wanted to ask this because I think I'm disqualified for this, but I had to ask, like, laser surgery. And I know technically that's not what you do, but like the thought process and like, in a sense, my two-part question, like, is this kind of conflicting with the practice? Say if someone's like, doing that, or is it something like you like, hey, if a client or someone asks a patient about it, you would also direct them in that because, we not that we hear conflicting things, but I'm just curious about that relationship with, an optometrist and a doctor and stuff like that. Essentially, let's be honest, is maybe steering them away from getting glasses in your practice, right? So what do you feel about that?
So with me, I educate people that the most important part of the eye exam is the eye health,
right?
And so and then whatever we can do to correct your vision is like I'm all game for. So whether that's contacts, glasses, LASIK, surgery for sure. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's their eyes, and there are options out there, and so I just provide them the options, and then as long as I feel like I've done my job to educate them that hey, as long as you're still getting your eye health checked, that's like the big thing. Then you're all good. Yep,
that's
exactly.
the key. No, well said. And again, we got to do better as gamers. That's why I wanted to have you on. We have to stay on it with the annual check. I learned a lot myself, so salute. They call us the Eye Lord podcast. Yo, y'all stupid. The Eye Lord podcast without the eye. Salute. But we gotta ask the question before you go because I know time's limited. That we ask all the guests in the realm. I need Dr. Eye Guy's top 5 video games or franchises of all time.
Okay, so now I'm going off like memories. Okay, so we're going off like what personally.
Your list. This is your personal list.
My list. If I'm like I had to go filter back through my memories.
Let's go.
So definitely Halo series for sure. Halo, has a lot of memories there. Call of Duty and Battlefield. I'll kind of put that together just because of like a lot of nights that were spent on. Okay.
You're kind of cheating because that's a separate crowd because that crowd go against it. But I'm gonna let you.
Everybody's gonna hate me, but yes. I feel like I showed them equal love there. So in my history there, and then as far as like single games or like campaigns or anything, I loved Assassin's Creed. I haven't played that in a while, so Assassin's Creed was a big one for sure.
Okay. Two more.
Let's see. Oh man, I had this list. What? Gears of War was a big one.
Oh, okay.
And you got one
more.
Yeah, Gears of War, and then oh gosh,
personal to Dr. Guyman.
Yeah, I know. I mean, if I had to go, I'd go GoldenEye. I mean, that is of the feelings I remember.
Yes, salute, awesome list. And the very final question. Favorite console of all time and why?
Well, so that would be the Xbox.
Wow.
Let's go the Xbox. Man, if I have to be specific, I'm trying to think. What have I played the most? Xbox One. It'd have to be that. Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
Xbox OG, the big block, or Xbox One with the Connect? Which Xbox One? The first one with Halo?
Not OG, the one. Yeah,
Really?
the-
Wow, this is the
Great.
first
Wow.
Xbox
The
One. Wait,
first
hold
one.
on.
Yeah.
Well, he
Hold on.
talks about the one he's played the most. So
Okay, that's the one you
Yeah.
play. Wait, I gotta hear it. We just, me and King just did a retrospective on this. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. So is it, what was it just, you played it the most? Like, what was the game that you played the most that you have that affinity for? I gotta know.
Yes. So we're talking about Xbox One, right? Like
Right.
Xbox 360, Xbox One. We're talking about that one, right?
Right.
You talking about
Yes.
you talking about the
Yeah.
first one or
No,
after?
Not the first Xbox.
Okay,
No,
I'm
he
shocked.
said
I'm sorry.
Xbox
You're accurate. I'm
360,
just
then
shocked. I've
Xbox
never
One.
heard this.
Yeah.
This is great.
No.
Continue.
Yeah, it's the Xbox One. Yeah, played the most. So, I mean, for sure. I mean, as far as like online gaming, staying in touch with my friends, family. There's just a lot of good memories. A lot of
Wow.
so that's what it is.
No doubt.
Like a.
I don't think people get like, look, the original Xbox One had its issues, but I don't think people give that generation enough credit. And the Xbox One was part of that generation, and it contributed. Sure, maybe not like a whole lot in terms of games during that generation,
Right.
but it still contributed social facts. It still contributed the rise of Destiny. You know, there's so much stuff that helped with.
Yeah, video calling. Remember when you can snap Skype, and you know your Connect will pop up, and you were like, Connect Xbox Skype, and you're talking to your grandparents across the, all the way, across the country or whoever. I thought that was amazing.
Oh, salute. Gotta put it in there.
Yeah.
Did you have the one with the Connect, or you had the base one, if you remember? Dr. Guy.
I think I ended up having both.
Oh, wow. Okay, you're cool with it. Okay.
Did I? Yeah.
Oh, well, he's an eye doctor, and he's selling you glasses at $7,000. So
I was an eye doctor then.
everything, sir.
Oh, no doubt, man. Salute to that first Xbox One getting the console. That's what's up, man. So
And
again,
you know when you doing the doctor stuff, and they like never ask them what they wear.
listen, man. Absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you for rocking. Thank you for taking the time and dealing with our technical issues, brother.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
First of all, salute to you, what you do. Absolute amazing content. Please
Yes.
subscribe to the channel. We're gonna put his channel out there, y'all. Go check him out, Dr. Eye Guy. Really awesome. We're not the Iron Eye podcast. Stop it. So they're going crazy with the things. So what is
Welcome
it?
to the Iron Podcast. What, Iron Eye
Eyes.
Podcast.
Iron Eye
Welcome
podcast.
to the Iron Eye
podcast. Iron Eye.
Iron
Podcast.
Eye.
Now we need a picture with the logo and an eye.
With an eye in the middle. Yeah, the third eye's open. The
there
third
we
eye's
go.
open. But look, man, love what you do. Again, the humor, the education, doing it in a cool way, really helpful. Where can people find you? What else do you have going on?
Yeah, so main channels is Dr. Eye Guy on YouTube. I mean, I do also have a Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, but definitely more of my internet interaction is definitely on YouTube for sure. And so I'll have a lot more gaming VR videos coming out. I have a lot more planned right now, so it's gonna be exciting, and they're gonna be fun ones to make too.
No.
VR contacts. VR contacts is one that'll be coming out here in a little bit. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Let us know. Definitely check it out. Put his channel in the description. Lord Addict, let's get some outros for Dr. Eye Guy. Let's send them off, right?
Appreciate you coming on. I always like to have like different perspectives of stuff that like affects gaming or stuff in gaming in general, and it was nice to hear yours.
No doubt. No doubt.
Thank
Salute,
you.
Lord Solve. What we got for Dr. Eye Guy all the way out?
Oh yeah, man, I love your content. I mean, as somebody who's blind as hell since he was like 5 years old,
A representative of the blind community. We love.
blind community. So I mean, it was just great to have this issue with the Oculus and immediately just find your content and to find that again, not everyone is able to kind of share their knowledge in a way that's kind of simple to digest for everyone and kind of comedic as well. I love what you're doing. I just wish you all the success in the world.
No
Yeah,
doubt,
thank
no
you.
doubt.
Thank you.
Lord King, talking about those issues, those issues. What we got for Dr. Guy?
Anybody that can listen to 50 Cent and Michael Jackson in the green room
He ain't know what he was getting into.
and
that's
actually
good.
jam on and say, yeah, I'm down with this. I like this. I like how this feels.
Yeah, that was
Had a great time. I had my questions. for you since like last night. I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, we got him on, and this is going to be incredible, and we get a chance to see how diverse our community is and what it encompasses. It encompasses doctors from all different degrees and all different ranges, lawyers and stuff like that, and it bridges the gaps, and it takes away the fear, because a lot of times people don't go to the eye doctor until there's something wrong. You know, and hopefully this changes that whole conversation, and they see that you're not a monster, you're a person, and they can actually go to their eye doctor without the fear, you know. And I think this will do that, because and they will go to your content and see that, you know, we have different type of people in our community, and I'm so happy that you're here today. And you really helped me with a couple of things, because I know that fourth nerve pose, and he was like, wow, he really dealing with something like that. And it's cool. It's cool to have a doctor on that can actually say it's
that's cool.
No doubt.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. I've been excited about this ever since you invited me on here. So I've been thinking about it. Like I said, I was like getting my mic ready and everything. And so I was like, this is all I thought about it every day. This is going to be awesome. So this is an honor. I loved it.
An honor to have you. And we'll have you back. The legendary optometrist, Dr. DrEyeGuy. Go subscribe to the channel. Focus in. Do what you got to do. I like what you said.
Yeah. Focus in. That's right.
Focus in, brother.
So put his channel. Also put his channel in the chat if you're there.
I've been putting the channel in there. I don't know if Hustle's there, so I've been putting it in. But look, brother, enjoy your Sunday. I know you got Super Bowl. You got the brisket. Go take care of that. We got a big show, and we'll have you back in the room hopefully again.
Okay, thanks.
Have a good one, brother.
All right.
Peace.
We'll see ya.
Bye.
No doubt. So, you want to get the super chats?
Yeah, we had a couple of super chats. Not too many. I read the ones that were
messy.
They were eye related.
Yes, they were eye related.
First, so hold on a second. Let me just.
I can get Oh, you good? Okay.
We got Bearded Panda, $2 super chat. Yo, King, where's that link for the 10K merch?
Go to hell.
I got you, man. I got you.
He just says it so matter-of-factly. Like, yo. Then we got Dragonheart Yobi TV, $20 super chat. Hashtag peace, love, life, Lords. A 007 rumor is credible. The achievement list popped up on True Achievements as well. King David, great combo on Dragon's Den. Cognito, man, you're making grown men cry out here. We are proud. Hashtag legend, no doubt, sir.
Thank you, brother. My brothers make me look good, man. If it wasn't for my brothers, wouldn't be here.
I had to jump on 108 Dragons yesterday. They were talking about some Scalebound stuff, and I had to tell them it wasn't what you thought that was.
We will get to it during that topic. Continue.
Then we have Hard to Find, $5 super chat. Lord, he hit me from behind with that little thing.
I'm going to throw you in the bushes, sir. Here you go.
That's actually good. Continue. Salute.
Then we have Oh No, It's Alex.
Woo!
$5 super chat. Xbox for the streets, David. Don't forget to bend your knee. Once again, that is not how knees work. You know what's funny? And no disrespect.
Alex, we love Alex.
I know I didn't know who Alex, you know me, I'm not on.
Yeah, you're not on YouTube. Yeah.
I didn't know who Alex was until I went and saw, and now I know who Alex is.
Now you know how it is.
I watch his content, you know, and I think it's cool, but you know, you're standing next to a credible dude, you're not credible.
Oh my God. All we will say for Alex, and again, I usually stay out of the messiness, is that, first of all, we got to get you to the rim. Follow me on Twitter. I've been trying to get you on the show, so follow me. I'm calling you out now, because you clearly been saying you down to do it, but you ain't doing it. So I've been calling up. So salute to him. Salute to Press Star Podcast. Love those guys. Alex is killing it right now. Salute to him. But the rules, like King and everyone saying, the rules of engagement is you got to put your knee on the line and say something's not going to happen versus something's going to happen, and that's how knees are taken.
What had me there was Xbox.
No, when he did the leg though, when he was slapping the leg out, when he had the leg out on you, and he said for the streets, I hit Attic. I said, oh, we in trouble.
I officially lost it when he picked up the chair.
Yes, when he picked the chair, he shook the leg. He said for the streets.
We gotta talk about the Manson peepers though, because when he laughs, he has these the Manson. I'm like, there's something wrong with you, Alex.
You're ridiculous. Salute to the homies. Salute to the homie. We're gonna do that. Yo, follow me on Twitter. We're gonna do this thing. Continue.
Yeah. So Gerald Mack, what do we have? $5 super chat. Oh hell, the ILP salute. Just had a road trip from Oakland to Detroit, 2,500 miles in 35 hours. Love the 6-hour show. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
we recommend that.
We recommend that 6 hours for that launch.
He put up a video that he was in Nebraska. And he was like, it seemed like he was trying to get out of Nebraska as quickly as possible.
Now Leo Lyon, see, now that is a knee bet. Yeah, like with the GT7 and him and Blake, those are bets. That's how it go. That's how you lose your knees.
Yeah. He gonna lose his knees because it's gonna be 2 days push back.
Oh my god. Good to you.
Then we got Splendiferous, $2 super chat. Who is this guy? I feel like he needs a trophy to talk about Dr. I.
Yeah, the Hovey.
Yeah, let me see. Let me roll back a little bit. That was it.
Okay, cool. We're all caught up. Let's get into the poll. Sony's recent acquisition of Bungie. Which outcome do you think is most likely to happen as a result of this? With the basically, oh no, I'm bugging. Yeah, the winner of the 4-way IL poll at close 35% of the vote was Bungie, and Sony's marriage will clash long-term in philosophy, leading to an eventual split once again. Coming in at second place at 29% of the vote was the Messy Lords. I don't care. I'm all about this natural and organic growth of acquisitions. In third place at 25% of the vote, Bungie will now have proper financial support for Destiny and new franchises plus leverage Sony TV and film connections. And in last place with only 9% of the vote was Sony's multiplayer and live service offerings will be enhanced with Bungie's expertise group. Lord Addict, how are we feeling about the realm, feeling that it might break up long term?
I don't know. It's just one of those things where we're gonna have to see what happens. I don't trust the whole matter. I got to be proven wrong.
She can't. She has never been in a long distance relationship and stay committed. She's for the streets.
Oh, here we go. Go ahead.
Yeah, Xbox for the streets too.
We about to get to it. Let's just get right to it.
Your hopes is for the streets. You got hopes and prayers.
Let's get right to it. This is Solve. Solve jumped on this immediately in the internal ILP chat.
I don't see my topic. Hey, PlayStation.
It is. I just couldn't fit it. It's there. It's the last one. Oh, hold on before we stop the show. Hold on. DrEyeGuy with the $5 super chat. Thanks for having me on the show. It was an honor. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
You were amazing. You killed it. You will be back in the realm, man. Absolute pleasure. So let's get to it, man. On Solve, we got a street talk.
Yeah, we got a lot of street talk.
Let's get. This was your time. You quickly put this into the realm to let us know what was going on.
So before I break it down, I just want to reiterate. Just give me my Damas. Just give me my Damas. If some of you may recall a video that I put up not too long ago. And in that video, I say something specific about I would do with Call of Duty what Minecraft is right now. Call of Duty, and that's what it is. So just give me my dollar.
Now, listen, I gotta bet it. You've been on fire lately.
This Activision thing, I don't know. I think you are insider.
I think it's to the point now that
you never know.
It's to the point that
industry insiders.
Yeah, you got to snitch in the room, Solve. Like you too.
I don't know what you're talking
when
about.
you pulled the clip back and you said Activision, I'm like, I didn't even remember when he said that. But continue.
Me neither.
Yeah, I didn't remember when he said
who
that.
is this guy?
Yeah.
Call me now.
Call me now. Okay, Solve Cleo. Continue.
Sovereign Cleo.
So in the wake of the PlayStation acquisition of Bungie and the fact that they indicated that Destiny was going to stay multi-platform and Bungie's games moving forward were going to be multi-platform.
Dinner for the streets.
Yeah, for the streets. The president of Microsoft, Brad Smith,
yes,
in an interview with CNBC,
under duress.
Why is it under duress? Oh my God!
Here we go.
I know where King's going.
I know where we're going now. We got to figure how this gonna work.
Yeah,
now we know where it's going.
He was so happy to see this, and I'm like, wait a minute. King has an angle for everything.
And King was mad quiet all week. Now I know where it's
now
going.
we know what's about to happen. Continue.
Notice I had nothing to say to you.
I know. We all waited to hear this. We waited.
Spent the whole week trying to figure out what's King gonna do.
You gonna get this work. You know what it is because you guys got a lot of hopes and dreams. You gonna get this work.
Hold on. So,
we know one person for the streets. We hoping the other person for the streets. Let's get this work.
We got to get Solve this topic.
Let me get the facts out first.
Yes.
And then I'll
let me get the facts.
And also,
let's parse through the facts, Solve.
Go for it because I'm going to break this down and put it right in the bushes. Let's go.
So, in an interview with CNBC,
Yes, sir. Under duress.
non-credible outlet CNBC.
No. Incredible.
Good.
Incredible.
Microsoft President Brad Smith indicated that once the acquisition goes through, should it go through without an issue, they would not be preventing future Activision Blizzard games and Call of Duty from being released on PlayStation consoles.
Desire.
They indicate their desire.
Read the statement.
There we go. Let's get it. Say it. Let
me read the quote.
The whole
I got the quote in front of me.
I got the quote.
You get those.
Go ahead,
Let's read the quote.
Yeah, let's get those quotes.
Quote, one of the things we're being very clear about as we move forward with the regulatory review of this acquisition is that
What
great
you said they
titles,
doing? They under
as
what?
we move forward, where's the under what?
No, you said no. You said they're. I'm sorry. I just didn't hear you just then. Could you please say that last part again? They're under what type of review?
As we move forward with the regulatory review of this
regulatory.
acquisition.
All right. That means they're under scrutiny, right?
Titles? Yes, they're under scrutiny.
Thank you. Let's go for it. Under duress. Let's go.
Duress.
What? Wait, that's not duress.
That's not duress.
Scrutiny. If you ask me a question, it's not duress.
We gotta have to put time on King until we can read the statement.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. Let's
By
do
the
that.
time we get to that, people won't know what we're talking about.
I know.
Is that great? This is misdirection by King. Is that great titles like Call of Duty from Activision Blizzard today will continue to be available on the Sony PlayStation space. He then added, quote, we'd like to bring it to Nintendo devices. We'd like to bring the other popular titles that Activision Blizzard has and ensure that they continue to be available on PlayStation and that they become available on Nintendo, end quote.
Right. But hold on, Sub. I got something else. Like, where you reading that one? Because I got the one from...
This is VGC.
All right, so here's the thing for Microsoft. He said, some commentators have asked whether we will continue to make popular content like Call of Duty available on competing platforms like PlayStation. The obvious concern is that Microsoft could make this title available exclusively on the Xbox console, undermining opportunities for Sony PlayStation users. To be clear, Microsoft will continue to make Call of Duty and other popular Activision Blizzard titles available on PlayStation through the term of any existing agreement with Activision. And we have committed to Sony that we will also make them available on PlayStation beyond the existing agreement and into the future so that Sony fans can continue to enjoy the games they love. We're also interested in taking similar steps to support Nintendo's successful platform. We believe that this is the right thing for the industry, for gamers, and for our business.
Kumbaya.
Okay, so this is your topic. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'll round it out. I'll let you guys go first. I'll round everything out at the end.
Let's go. Let's King just want to. Addict step away for a second.
It's whoever would like.
Yes, go ahead, King. Because clearly,
Who
you
would like me to go?
it should be Addict, but go ahead, King.
So all you frauds out there talking all this hotness, King, Xbox for the streets. Xbox. That's your hopes and your dreams. Yeah, Warzone, you can have that. It's free to play. It will be everywhere. It says Call of Duty at the top of it. So it is actually a popular title. It's a popular title from Activision. Other popular titles from Activision is other games of service that you can actually have on your platform. Yes, this is true. This is for you. And if you feel that that's Xbox for the streets, well, listen, then that part is for the streets. You can't equate one company telling you everything we do is out there to another that one was under no regulatory concerns. This one is under a hell of a lot of scrutiny. It's like when you take a piss test and you smoke some weed a couple of weeks ago, you're trying to figure out if you go past, but you try to make sure everything goes through. Let's look. Or you're looking at your credit score to see if you can actually get that car, and you're actually hoping that it goes through. So right now, Microsoft is in that. It's hoping it goes through, and it's going to say and do everything at this point in time to make sure that stuff goes through. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to say, oh, but they can't go back on their word, King. A lot of politicians do it every day.
Oh boy.
And listen, I actually heard somebody said that they believe in generations, and they turn right around and said they did.
That
So-
wasn't a deal for it.
Yeah, but that was a deal he made with you. He made a deal with you, and you agreed to the deal. He said all our stuff going forward will be in the new generation, and he lied to you.
So under regulation, you feel
You cop your stuff, and you thought it was next generation, and you realized that the dude who said, nah, I'm not going to buy that, can do the same thing that you doing and playing the same thing that you doing. So lies happen to you all the time. And this is where the lie happened. They would like, they would desire, all these little words that's being used in there keep popping up. I desire to be a millionaire. I would like to be rich right now. But guess what's happening at this point in time? Now, maybe later that stuff can happen. But at this moment right now, no. I'm not going buying a yacht with Phil. But this is what's going to happen. When those deals dry up and that ink dries and those little contracts that they have run out, and at 2023, and these dudes are saying, yeah, 2024, we're going to get that new Call of Duty. We desire to put it there.
so that's what
We
this
would
is.
love for you to have this. But at this point in time, we don't have an absolute resolution to give to you. So what you're going to do is have this war zone and be happy
We're
with
gonna
that.
have to have this intervention with King Sam. I see.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
so what we gonna have to talk about
he
is
being
to be
real
clear.
ignorant right
he going down with the ship, and I respect that. I respect going down with the ship. I respect that.
He's like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah,
at the
he's
top
the
of
last.
Titanic.
Yeah,
At the
like
top,
the music, the band playing, and the ship got a clear hole in it.
Y'all got hope. Y'all Jesse Jackson.
You
Y'all
go.
got hope.
So to be clear, King, just so for the record, like you feel that even though they say they are going to continue for Call of Duty specifically, right? So you don't believe that. And they also said other popular Activision
I believe that.
like so
No.
so what about like
There's other games or services that will definitely go there.
so
I
what
believe that.
so do you not think Overwatch 2, Diablo, for
You
those
know,
are
I think
popular?
Overwatch 2, yes.
Okay, so you think it will be for the streets?
Oh no, I see. That's not for the streets. If you're saying like Overwatch 2, games like that definitely should be all over,
Okay.
right? You're talking about games with a service.
So then
Those
you
games
agree with us on
You agree with us.
You agree with us. The only thing you disagree-
Certain
yeah.
games that are
Duty,
exclusive.
listen, I don't think Call of Duty is a game of a service.
Okay. So
Warzone is.
I think the only thing we disagree then is that me, Solvent, and Attic, and first you, is that
Right.
you just think Call of Duty is the only game. You think
No. I believe Diablo. I believe a lot of their games are going to stay on the Xbox platform, Game Pass. Now, if Game Pass is available
right,
on a competing platform,
right,
yeah, it'd be over there.
Right.
But I feel games with a service, those games,
they're gonna keep memory.
they're going to be all over the place, and they need to be.
So you don't consider Call of Duty that, because I'm just trying to understand,
No,
like,
not Call of Duty, the campaign. I'm talking about the multiplayer aspect, and they're not gonna break it up into, you just get the multiplayer and that's gonna be over there. No, I don't believe Call of Duty is a game of service and that's gonna be there. But Warzone is. It's a free to play game with a service.
okay.
And I believe that will be available like Minecraft all over the place.
So again, for the record, Call of Duty 2024, whatever, 2025,
Yeah, when
whatever.
the contract is up,
when the
no.
contract is up, you feel that it will be Call of Duty will not be on PlayStation platform.
I believe they're gonna say we desire.
and then that's when
And again, if Warzone didn't say Call of Duty at the top,
right.
This is a caveat. That's the part where we can give you Warzone. It's Call of Duty.
Right.
So do you think the regulator that doesn't play games knows exactly the difference between Call of Duty Warzone and Call of Duty?
So
Or
you
is
think,
he's educating
but King,
himself
you,
right now?
King, are you gonna tell me that
Well,
they
I
don't
wanna
know?
who's tattletailing
You
out here.
don't know.
You
They
wanna
regulate.
know-
Okay,
They're not going to do the research.
So they're not
gonna
doing
be
the
like,
research
they're gonna
on the arguably the number
They're gonna
one
go in
game.
there unprepared.
They have
No.
no
You
idea
know-
what this game is.
You know what I don't like, and this part. This is the part when Sony got Bungie. I didn't give a rat's, behind what they did with it.
Right.
Didn't care.
Right.
When Microsoft, the news broke that they purchased Activision, or were in the process of purchasing Activision, oh, well, it doesn't matter. Call of Duty ain't crap anyway. We don't care. Yo, this is the toughest crybabies I've ever seen in my life. Like, y'all are the strongest tear-jerking crybabies I've ever seen. 1 minute is, oh, we don't care about that. But please, Mr. President, don't let my Call of Duty go away. I thought you didn't like it. I thought it was trash. So, in the same crybabies, when they got Bungie, we got Halo. I thought Halo was trash. So, these same tough babies just out here snitching. But I need you to check his paperwork to make sure that doesn't go through.
Wait, you employed?
I
That's
don't
what this
think
is.
Microsoft has been paying their taxes properly. And could you look at line 34? Because I honestly believe that Microsoft is doing something different that shouldn't happen. I don't want Call of Duty, but I want Call of Duty. Man, go away.
You're ridiculous.
And you know what I do hope? I hope it does come out on PlayStation, and I hope it's $75.
Let's get to it.
Pay for it.
But it will
is
be
in my Game Pass for free.
Let's
and
get to it.
every time you boot it up, I want Microsoft, Activision, Call of Duty to pop up, and I want the price tag to fly across the screen and say $75. We got you again. I want you to fund my fun.
Ridiculous.
I want all your money to fund my Game Pass fund. I want you to buy all the Call of Duty games so we can buy more acquisitions and have more games in Game Pass. That's what I want. But y'all gonna get Warzone, and I really think it's gonna happen that way.
Okay, so you stand up. Wow. Addict's back. If we try to Addict, is your mic up? Is you good?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I guess. Yeah. We're trying to have an intervention here with one Lord. We seem to be.
I was hearing.
Why you gotta say it like that? So Addict, how are you feeling about King on this square? He's going down with the ship on this. He's thinking, say, Call of Duty. He actually agrees with us though. He says Overwatch and Diablo, he think will be multiplat. But he said they gonna get Warzone. They not getting Call of Duty. Go ahead, Addict.
So Alex, this is how you officially take King's knees. Is that shit worth your knees, King?
What is he actually
for Call of Duty? For Call of Duty, is that no me making the bet, not you.
You taking the bet?
Ooh.
Yeah. How about us three versus you?
I gotta get from you, dude. Like
I don't know. I think these are official gone knees.
Yo, you are actually Wolverine. Because you grow back more appendages than I've ever seen in my life.
So stop diverting.
So you know we don't.
Yes, I don't care. Yes,
but this isn't. We're not gonna know this for another.
We're not gonna know this
until.
until this is one of those bets. It's
when
the same thing.
5 more pair of knees.
It's the same thing like betting on King's. There will be no PlayStation console. The whole generation. So it's one of those things it's really you can't quantify the time period.
2024 with your knees.
I can't. Anyway. Back to Addict. What do you think in general, though, like about this whole thing and where you at after this when you heard this news?
I think they were strictly doing it because they're scared that if they don't make statements like this, that the government might shut the whole deal down. So, it is a possibility.
Wait. You said they just said that just to say that because they don't want them to shut it down? So either you believe it or you don't.
I don't think that they're going to make open statements like that and then just go back. I don't think they're going to pull a reverse Uno card. No, it didn't happen. I didn't say that.
Not us. We were just talking about this app store. We didn't know.
No, we talking about
unless they go with that, like, the people who take, like, the next mantle, unless they blame Phil's mantle. Well, I don't know what Phil and them was saying, but this isn't what we were going to do. Like, unless there's something like that where like the next gen of people that take over Xbox blame the past gen, that the obligations that they made doesn't affect what they want to do. I just don't see them openly coming out on national TV and say we lied.
And I don't think it's a situation either that he was speaking out of turn.
You got Call of Duty. Sit down. Maybe you didn't get the big juice box, but you got juice. Now sit down and drink your juice.
I'm done. Let me jump in. So shout out to Microsoft president Brad Smith, the one that Saul
Yes,
was
shout
talking
out
about.
to him telling you getting Call of Duty.
He said that the company is
Tell 'em
focused.
what you didn't want to hear, but what you need
Need to hear.
Listen,
Exactly. Tell a kid.
Isn't Warzone very popular? It's a popular title,
It is.
right?
No, it is. It is.
It's a Call of Duty, right? Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. He said that the company's focused on creating an app store that will enable any gamer on any device to access any app. This announcement comes on the heels of its proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard, which is expected to face regulatory scrutiny. Smith tells CNBC that Microsoft wants to adapt to the regulation and not fight against it. I'm kind of with Saul here in the sense that, first, I got this wrong because I thought that this was definitely. I was in King's corner, to be honest with you, with how this was going to go with Call of Duty. So
the day it was announced,
yeah.
me and Cog went at it a little bit over it.
Yeah,
he was very strong.
I was very strong. I'm like, my thing is, I'm following the precedent. I'm following the Bethesda situation, and I'm like, okay, this is how it's going to go forward. You use the little legal speak or whatever. To me, though, I got to give this, I feel I'm wrong. I got to give Jez Courtney his flowers because he called this as well. He was like, he felt that Call of Duty, what's the word he used? Shout out to Jez. He's a ritual. And it's such a big franchise that the deal, I think this is my feeling. Under normal circumstances, you know what I'm saying? If this wasn't as big as it was, and then we have the regulatory thing going on, then it's Microsoft's desire to want to make this that way. The problem is, I gotta say, like I said on Duke, the feds is watching. The feds is watching, and to me, when you make a statement and you gotta put this is a preemptive, proactive statement. Like they jumping in front, like no one's checking the books and nothing yet. They're like, yo. For the record, we're doing an app store. This thing we're doing is going to be great for developers. To me, this feels like a PR campaign. Hey, we're the good guys. We don't rip everything away from everybody. We're okay.
It's
we're
like
the
they're
guys.
lobbying for an Oscar.
And then it's like, bro,
when it comes down
Nintendo
to it.
I got you. 1 second, Addict. I got you right here. Like, Nintendo ain't got nothing to do. Why you bringing Nintendo name in here? Why is Nintendo name in here? Like, yo, just for the record, we would desire to bring it over there too. And like, this is to me. This
Nintendo was like, nobody's talking
Nobody
to us.
talking. Like, yo, fam, why you calling me? Like, yo, because it's like, to me, the feds is on you. This deal must go down at all costs. And we have to be clear. This is the most complete. This is not just ZeniMax. ZeniMax is games. That's games. You got King, no pun intended, you know what I'm saying? Who, it's a whole.
And he got the deal done.
A whole mobile arm being added to you, right? Then you got Blizzard and Battle.net, a PC arm added to you. Then arguably the number one game of all time, the most selling game of all time, period, by store, on your platform. And in a perfect world, it was up to them. They'd be like, yeah, we keep it there just like we did Bethesda. But because of the structure, now this moves them into the third place. That's the part I had. And I always gave Jez this. I have to give myself some credit. I said, I do understand the logic, but they say, you know what? We may have to make concessions. The lawyers come in the room like, bro, this is such a complex deal. We can't afford for this thing to get held up. So if the concession is, yo, you make Call of Duty everywhere else, and then, okay, maybe an Overwatch, maybe that, and then everything else from moving forward that's new or whatever is exclusive, that may be the thing to get the deal done because they can't afford this thing. Let's be honest, it fell in their lap. They didn't go out actively searching Activision. Activision had the scandal. They was looking crazy. The building's on fire. Someone hit up Sachi. Like, this is a last minute. And it's like, yo, we got to make this happen. We'll never got an opportunity like that. Go ahead, Addict. Go ahead.
This is one of those things where they're like, this deal is too good to pass
Too
up.
good.
And if we have to give certain games over there, we will do that. Because at the end of the day, like I said, they kind of want to dip their their toes a little bit when it comes to other. It's like I've said multiple times. We do the gaming industry, but the video entertainment industry, they're fighting more for IPs to make TV shows about.
Right.
And when you buy all of Activision, you have Overwatch. You can literally make a show on every character. You have Diablo. That's a show by itself. Like you have Spyro.
Right.
Crash Bandicoot.
It's so
like,
much.
Microsoft can literally lease every single one of these out to these giant places like Amazon, Netflix, because they're paying top dollar for this stuff. Do you think that that they put that Halo show on what's that Paramount Plus?
Paramount. Yeah,
Paramount Plus. You think they put that on there in the kindness of their heart? No, because they put cold hard cash in Microsoft's hand.
And here's the thing. Let's be real. You know, the argument before I'm with King in the sense that I know it. Like a lot of people. This is why this is a very unique situation. A lot of people were like, "Yo, remember ZeniMax? Yo, they gotta put it on PlayStation because it's 730. You know, so they gotta make their money, right?" We know based on the war chest of Microsoft, they don't need that. The long plays get you into Game Pass at any cost, and if they have these titles, that's gonna be a thing. But I will say this for the people, because I've seen a lot of vitriol of like Xbox fans very upset, very mad at Microsoft.
I don't know why they're upset.
Yeah, like they're very upset, and I'm like, look,
like that doesn't. You know, first of all, death threats and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, that one was fake. That one was fake. We proved that was fake. That was fake.
And stuff like that. That's idiotic, ridiculous, and you really need to stand down off of that, because at the end of the day, whatever Microsoft decides to do with these IPs going forward, if they decide to make them for everything, I believe all new IPs will just be inside Game Pass and it'd be for them, unless it's a game with a service. I believe games with services is going to be prevalent throughout, and if it's possible, on every console, because it's reoccurring revenue engagement that works in that ecosystem. Now, there's an argument to say that Call of Duty makes X amount of dollars in this thing, but they also said that they're going to shut down the cadence of every year. So does it happen that, okay, you get Call of Duty after it's already been on Xbox for a year, but you actually get a Call of Duty, you know, at in the following year? So it's a really tricky thing, and do they have to placate the regulatory system and the FTC outside, to that's actually watching? Yeah, you have to placate that stuff, and you have to play nice, and you have to see that you're not becoming a monopoly, and you're not becoming this watching bully. Overwatch.
I like that.
Becoming this bully in the industry. Yeah, and I also believe that's the same reason why when Sony purchased Bungie, they agreed to certain concessions, because the outcry would be so crazy that what are you going to do with Destiny 2 on Xbox? Or are we going to go back to you having exclusive deals for a year and stuff like that? So these companies is looking at what helps them at the end of the day. It's really not us as far as what we desire in this fake console war crap, but it's exactly the bottom line, and they're there to make money. So if it's going to be on another console and it's going to make money, they're going to do it. Look, you know, so
just to finish up what I was saying, pretty much what you said, and then I'm sorry, that was Attic.
Yeah, I was just going to say that there might be a good chance, because you know we did hear that the studios are really interested, and Microsoft kind of entertained it a little bit, but they didn't really ever come out openly and say that Call of Duty might start going bi-yearly. So Microsoft's mindset might be, look, we're going to still do Call of Duty and give it everywhere, but it's not going to be the same Call of Duty because we're doing it every other year.
I mean, who knows?
At that point,
I mean, they already talked about that the new one this year is on a different engine, and they're already making changes to Call of Duty. I just don't know. When you think about Call of Duty, right, and this might be counter to what we've been talking about. Let's say these three development studios want to continue making Call of Duty, right? They don't want to go do something else, or whatever the case may be, right? So how do you give them the time to make it unique and special each time it comes out, even if you're still releasing at a regular cadence of a year, right?
That's the
you kind of almost have to add a team so that you give each team 4 years to make a game instead of 3, right? It's kind of weird that way. I don't know what they plan on doing, but what I do know is that from a business perspective, and we said this before, you don't buy that to stop the gravy train. I absolutely want them to increase the what the property is and make it not so samey from year to year. I absolutely want that. But at the same time, you have to try to do that without stopping the flow.
Stopping the bag. That's a huge bag to say. It's cute for us to say, yeah, they could take their time. And bro, every year this thing kills. This is what got Activision in trouble themselves, because it's like, yo, it's such a moneymaker. Go ahead.
And this is why it feels like a game as a service every year, because even when this year's game isn't super well received, it feels if it sells like hotcakes anyway, right? And 2, it feels so disposable because you know in less than 12 months you're getting
Another one.
And that kind of sucks in and of itself because you spent 3-4 years making this game and you have a year window for that game to be the thing, and that's it.
I think Microsoft could be looking at it as like, look, like maybe there is starting to become a Call of Duty what's the one I'm looking for? Fatigue, because every year the sales go down and down. And they're like, maybe they do need an every other year thing. And you know, you got like 4 or 5 studios making Call of Duty.
Right.
Like, and it's not like these studios didn't make good games before they got pushed to Call of Duty. Like, my thing is, if Microsoft is true on that, we want you to make what you want to make, but they still want to keep the Call of Duty train going, I don't see them forcing every studio to make Call of Duty, because that goes completely against what they talk about. I don't feel like all 5 of those studios in that support studio, all of them are going to want to continue making Call of Duty.
I feel you. And in a perfect world, I feel you. The only problem is now, if it goes down the way it goes down right now, right? And this joint stays on PlayStation and whatever. But let's be real, it being on Game Pass is an attractive deal. Like, that is huge. It is. Hey, Call of Duty on to me, it's the same thing.
That actually might breathe life into the franchise.
Right, because now people are like, yo, I got no excuse not to play it. It's on Game Pass. I ain't got to pay the $70. I'm in, right? So they should see tremendous engagement off that. But also, we got to remember that 70-30 cut on PlayStation, and Microsoft will eating on the platform, because if PlayStation has more of the base or whatever at the time, and every Call of Duty sold, here come me, what's the cartoon king? You 1 for you, 1, 2, 3 for me. Like, every joint, like, that's hard for someone to say, yeah, we're gonna stop that, and we're gonna, you know, it sounds good. I would love to see it. They mention it. I just find it interesting. Not saying that they're not. I just find it interesting to see if they actually follow through with it, because that is a ton of money. Now that they own Activision Blizzard, if they put it on PlayStation, if they put the fact that they mentioned it, Switch ain't got nothing to do with this. Switch is like, yo, what you call about? Nah, we thinking about, because we want to put it there too, and like
we gotta consider
try to blow up the machine.
Yeah, like, yo, what you snitching for?
We do got to consider that we don't know if this dude, because we've seen scenarios in the past where executives have spoke on situations that they're not up to date with.
Oh, for sure.
And they just throw out stuff that they knowledgeably know. Like, for instance, there was the executive at Sony that literally told you what Miles Morales was. Like, literally told you what it was.
Yeah.
And then he got pulled to the side pretty much, and they made that article come down. Yeah. Because it was just like, he knew what was going on, but he didn't know what was actually going on. Yeah. So you could literally just have an executive that he is going what he thinks the company is, because sometimes there's PR nightmares. They don't really communicate with each other.
Addict, though, like, the only difference is, like, they're talking like this app store, like, utopian environment where they're gonna make it great for developers. We're not gonna monopolize. We're working with regulation, guys. Like this is the ultimate PR, good guys, kumbaya, rainbow, sunshine. I've never seen, like, they ain't even, the investigation is starting, but we so early. The fact that they put out this statement to say that, to me, speaks volumes that this deal got to go.
You know what's crazy? I don't understand. I still don't understand why they'd be terrified at this. Like, we've already shown that this only puts them in 3rd place behind Tencent and Sony.
No, they're terrified that they're going to get shut down, not that it's not going to go through. Like,
I feel like if
that the Activision deal is going to get shut down, that's why they're I can almost guarantee you right now that they have no problem.
Oh, y'all both in agreement.
I can guarantee you right now that they have no problem 100% putting everything Activision and Blizzard on all consoles before they lose that deal.
No, y'all both agree. Yeah.
This is the thing, though, right? This is where their vision still confuses me, right? Because if you think about what they've said about Game Pass from the very beginning,
and
this hope that Game Pass is going to be everywhere, this, that, and the other. If that really is the hope, then this was always the plan. To be honest, like, let's keep it real. This was always the plan. The problem is that maybe sometimes when you think about, and I've said this in the past, when you think about the nitty gritty of putting Game Pass everywhere, that means that everywhere except PC and Xbox consoles, the Game Pass experience is inferior to what you're getting on those platforms. So you have to get those companies to agree to an inferior experience on their platform of your games. So when the realities of that stuff sets in, then you have to start saying, okay, maybe this is not going to work for everybody just yet. We're not there yet. How do we do this, right? And then when you see PlayStation, you know, say, hey, if we want to keep making the type of games that we're making,
what happened to the network bandwidth?
we're gone.
No, we back. You good? You back?
Yo, you shrunk.
It shrunk, man.
Yeah, I'm
shrunk. Yeah, continue.
Yeah. So
the thing is,
let's all finish.
If they have to think about what Bungie said and what PlayStation said and be like, okay, we're just gonna play nice with these type of games from now on. Do I think Overwatch and Overwatch 2 is going to be everywhere? Yes. Do I think there's an opportunity for other Blizzard games to be everywhere? Can we see some kind of resurgence for World of Warcraft everywhere? Even Hearthstone that's on tablets and phones, put it on the console. Let's see what happens. Like, so for me, anything that requires a community around it to be successful on both ends of the spectrum, I think that's going to be everywhere. When you even when you look at Nintendo, we'll talk about the Direct in a little bit. When you look at Nintendo and some of the things that are on their platform and what they're doing with some of their games, even them in their own Nintendo grandpa kind of way are even looking at that. So for me, these games live across all platforms. I really do believe that. And when it comes to everything else, they're single player. Yeah, nope, Starfield's over here. Nope, Elder Scrolls over here. Single player game. Anything that requires a community around it to be successful and makes money that way, I mark my words, it's going to be everywhere for both of them.
I got where you're going, but I got something I want to add, but Addict's up. He put his hand up.
I think that when it comes to the overall perspective on stuff like that, it's like, look, I agree with you, Saul, and I do, but I do feel like in terms of what they want to achieve, if it's not in Game Pass, I don't see why they would let some of these games go. Like, there's a difference between games that were already existing on a platform and not. Like, for instance, like, that's why you haven't seen like Everborn or whatever that game's called, or not Everborn.
I know what you're talking about.
The other Rare game, whatever that is called.
Everwild. Oh, I'm like, Everborn's in Paris
right now. Announced for like PlayStation. You're not seeing this Red Wall or Redfall or whatever that game's called by Arcane. That's a games as a service. That's not getting announced for PlayStation. That's Xbox. Like, I do. I feel like they would already announce that though if it's on PlayStation. Like, the fact that we ain't seeing nothing on that. I mean, if you want to get technical, Forza Horizon is a games as a service, a forms of the games. Why isn't that on all platforms? Like, you clearly see that there is some kind of weird messaging going on.
That's what I'm about to get in.
But just think about how long those games take to make, and these are obviously they have plans, right, moving forward. But these types of shifts in the industry are ones that we haven't seen in a long time.
For sure.
I think when it comes to this, we got to see if Activision's the exception because of how kind of
that's where I was going to go in, because I said this is where, look, I get it. Feds is watching. I get it.
Playing nice until the cops is going.
I get it. But the problem I have is they are going to get themselves in trouble with the next acquisition, because there's going to be a next acquisition, right? And what's going to happen is not regulators, but the media or someone's going to say, hey, Microsoft just acquired WB. Hey, Microsoft just acquired Sega. Microsoft just acquired IO.
And you know what's
funny?
And then
they're going to say, hold on, they're going to be like, yo. And so let's say Microsoft puts out the statement and they say, where Game Pass exists or whatever, right? They say the people going to say, but wait a minute. You just said you wanted to open your borders, and you want to, you know how much the other platforms love, and you want them to continue to play these games, and that's where the problem starts. Because now because there's two examples now with two totally different actions, and now people are going to say, but wait, you can't say that because you just did this with Zetabat, and now, like, which one is it? You see what I'm saying? And that's the part that gets tricky, because it could come back to pound your face if you continue to go back to the original plan and make everything exclusive, like how you were doing with the Xbox Game Studios, the Obsidians, the Ninja Theories, the ZeniMax, and all that. And then people going to say, but wait, Call of Duty and Activision, you did X, Y, Z. That's where it gets tricky for them. And that's what I want to monitor.
Do you think they opened their mouth without thinking when they said, and obviously, this is a big company, but when they said they wanted Game Pass everywhere and that expectation rides with people? Because when you think about it, in a way, if you want to make stuff exclusive, because of the things I said about how Game Pass would exist on other platforms, it makes it a difficult sell, right? So it makes it a difficult sell. So now when they want to put something exclusive, it's like, okay, and there's all this talk about ubiquity across other platforms. Now the best version of that exclusive is on your platforms and nowhere else.
Exactly. And now the thing is going to come down to, it opens up, are these the new rules?
And the sad part about it,
are no rules.
The sad part about it is when Activision was first announced, it was over. Like, no one said anything, no one questioned anything. Everyone's like, these are exclusive. There's no reason they're not to be. But now, since they're kind of, I wouldn't say, look, I do understand that when it comes to this thing, it's one of those, this landed on our lap. We have to do stuff because we want this franchise, because theoretically they could go ahead, rebuild Activision, get it back on the line, and they could sell that thing for probably way more than they bought it for in a few years. But it's just like, because of this purchase that you made, now you have people again questioning, are they telling the truth about Starfield? Are they telling the truth about this?
Yeah, people are going to be like, yo, after certain, well, Starfield's a new IP, but there's still people who are going to say, well, now Elder Scrolls could be because, you know, down the road, years
after Activision was bought, no one was questioning it.
That's
no one was.
And they went out their way to let you know that, where Game Pass exists, right? It's just interesting. That's the thing, because it's like, moving forward, they're going to have to really be very specific on their reasoning and thought process if they intend to make stuff exclusive again.
Now, maybe, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but you think it's possible that originally that was the deal. That's what they were going to do. But maybe something happened between them and Sony in that couple dathen and maybe Game Pass is coming to
Phil
PlayStation.
King, I got to ask you this. Phil did get on the phone and was like, we had great conversations with Sony. And then, so what if the rules of engagement has changed? And it's like, okay, all this stuff is going to go everywhere, but hey, what about this Game Pass now going everywhere?
I got a question.
What about this Azure now going everywhere?
I got a question for King.
What if
before he does
hold
that.
on, let me finish the question.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what if that's the new rules, King, where it's like, okay, y'all don't want Game Pass, and we heard y'all, right? Because Phil, let's be honest, Phil and the team, they want Game Pass everywhere. They want Azure. Azure is I hate to be blunt, that they moving powder. That's the powder. That's the weight. They move, and they want everyone to try this. We feel we got the best, you know what I'm saying, product. So if they got it on there, and they say, okay, you was resistant to the Game Pass, but okay, it's Call of Duty. Again, I'm speculating. I'm just having fun, y'all. Call of Duty, whatever. We open that up. Bungie. What if Bungie was the olive branch? They all right, Bungie, we open that up for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Nintendo, what's up? We know y'all.
I think they knew about
That's
Bungie,
what I'm
though.
saying. Like, what if we over speculate?
I don't think that. I do think now. I have a question for King. Answer that after I say this. But me, Rand, and Cog was in an Xbox Live party, and we was arguing on what it would take for PlayStation to cave and put Game Pass on PlayStation,
right?
What it would take
an agreement that they make those games natively for the PlayStation.
Yeah, it would have to be natively. It would, but the thing is like, we've seen it on Xbox. When you give such a great deal and a great value, such as Game Pass, people are going to, when it comes to Xbox's games, let's be real. If Game Pass was on PlayStation, the actual software sales of those games are going to drop. Well, when it comes to Xbox games. Now, I personally feel like, and I'm probably wrong on this. This is what what would be hilarious is if they make a Game Pass for PlayStation, but it only got Bethesda and Activision games.
I mean, an a la carte tiered system, yeah, for sure. But it goes back to the whole thing. Like, if I'm a PlayStation gamer, right, and I don't have any intention on engaging with the Xbox ecosystem on hardware, and I just want those games, I'm gonna feel the type of way that I'm gonna pay $15 a month for the same service someone else is getting, or whatever I'm gonna be paying to get it only on.
But you already have that now with EA Access. So many 360 games are there, and they're not on the PS5 counterpoint. But my question to King, I know Phil got his full name, but if that man, strong arms, PlayStation to put Game Pass on their platform, I feel like he gotta have. There got to be some kind of ascension going on.
His name isn't a parody. Right, so for a lot of other people, it's a parody for them, and I hear people, he gotta give him another name, King. I don't just willy nilly give out names.
But this isn't just willy nilly stuff. This is something.
Aurelius is the golden one. That's it. You don't ascend any further than that. All he is taking it to a space. He just got a lifetime achievement award, bro. Yeah. He's in a different rarefied air. Yeah, he was talking to Sony. They have a relation, and I believe that Jim is complicit at all points in time. Does he want Game Pass there? He want Game Pass on Nintendo. He want Game Pass on your refrigerator. He want Game Pass in your Tesla. He want Game Pass everywhere.
Right.
And that's not a far-fetched idea that stuff could happen. It could be a future where these are apps that they're just apps.
Yeah, that's what
in the cloud, they both use the Azure cloud system. So, listen, would it happen? If that happens, I think they're backing out of the console space. If that happens.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
All right, because at that point in time, it wouldn't make any sense.
Right.
Do you see a possibility, King?
But again, the rules are so different. Nothing makes sense right now.
I
could see them. I could see them continuing to make a box. I could see them continuing to make a box and still become the biggest quote unquote third party publisher out there.
Here's the thing,
see it happening.
Here's the thing, though. I feel like the only way possible that Microsoft can Armstrong them all they want, but at the end of the day, I feel like the only way PlayStation will agree to it is that they're like, this is the last Xbox gen. Like we can't be competing. If you want to be a software and have Game Pass,
demand
put
them
your
not
stuff
make
on
consoles.
But
shut your plants off.
Microsoft wants to be a software service company. King literally just said that it doesn't make sense. Both of them want to be, but I feel like only one company now has the actual.
Listen, they both
roadmap
want to lose the overhead and the barriers that is created by consoles. That whole thing is a complete barrier. To be honest with you, some people won't ever purchase a console, but if it's an app on your television and you just have a controller and you just pull up and play, that changes everything.
Yeah, but some people don't want that either. There's going to be a group of people that don't ever want it. It's just
like it wasn't. It's not accepted right now. Just like
you're talking about down the road. Okay.
Yeah, just like at the beginning of last generation, it wasn't accepted for online structured games, and now it's mildly accepted. Everyone does it.
I'm not talking about tomorrow.
Right.
These dudes, when I say there's no more PlayStation, they're not gonna shut down PlayStation tomorrow, King. There won't be no PlayStation 6. You won't get a PlayStation 6 tomorrow anyway. So what are you talking about? I'm talking this generation that we're in right now has been stagnated because of this COVID and has been stagnated because of the lack of a silicone. Right. Fact. So we're actually 3 years behind, to be honest with you, when everything really gets up and going. You don't have the libraries aren't just made for this current gen. They're made for this gen and past gen. It's cross gen right now for at least until next year. Right. Let's just say that part. So going forward, this COVID stuff has elongated this generation. I think it gave it 3 more years than normally that 5-year cadence into another console.
So many people don't even have it.
Right. I think these CPUs and stuff like that. I think we have the outlier again of the 360 and the PlayStation 3 generation that lasted 8 to 9 years, and it was so long. But what technology are we looking at that point in time when we reach that part? Because we're at 5G right now. Remember, we were at 2G before. We were at 1G before. So what G will be at then? What type of way will we interact with our gaming systems? Because dudes was adverse to digital a minute ago. You know, they're shipping consoles right now with no drive,
no drive in it.
drive.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, I know it's like people think it's going to take like 10 years for like internet services like 5G to get, like, you got companies like Dish Network investing millions to get that infrastructure where they can provide a 5G internet service.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that it's going to be, we're going to see the rise of the little Roku consoles. And people's going to be palatable for 1080p 60 frames per second, 1080p 120 something frames per second, and or 1440p 60 frames per second, 1440p 120 frames per second. And then there's going to be those console dudes that actually want the robust hardware like a Series S or S or a PlayStation 5 to have that right there. But we're going to see the rise of those little Roku type consoles. And that price, if they hit the $199 or even less, like $100, and you can actually pick this stuff up and just go play, it changes how we look at stuff, you know. And we no longer are in that space. This is the space that they want to be in,
Right?
And it's not really anything to do with the gamers, because at what point in time do we dictate exactly what do they do? We don't. They dictate what they're
How the
going to
game
do.
go. Oh yeah, for sure. Let's get solved and we move on. But yeah, this is just interesting. I think we're in for 2022 to start off the way it is, and we're 2 months in. Buckle up. Like we're
legitly in a section where the industry's changing.
Yeah,
we're living it.
We're living in a
really
time where there's really a shift going on, and I'm just holding on. You wake up, you don't know what's about to happen. We hear the rumors of
Wake
more.
up on a Wednesday and Microsoft bought Activision.
Yeah, more rumors. I'm acquisitions. I'm hearing more big stuff that's already done, and it's a crazy time. And we got to see what's gonna happen. But so I'll finish out and then get super chats and we move on.
No, I mean, all of y'all making great points. Like, it just feels like, this could have even been reacted. Like, I have my theories about their plans all along, right? But at the same time, when you see, it could very easily have been a big shock that the Bungie deal with Sony, made Microsoft kind of jaw drop to the floor when they said that the games are going to be moving forward, right? Destiny you expect, but to say like, hey, we're on this train where all these games are going to be for PlayStation gamers, I'm sure your jaw dropped. Like, what do you mean? Like, this is not something you ever expected from PlayStation. And they have been the ones that have been besides Nintendo, they've been the ones most resistant to change. But I honestly do feel that Call of Duty is on that level that, Fortnite made them bend the knee in a lot of ways. The Call of Duty is one of those things that, when you think about the money that comes in on all fronts for that, it's a beast. Like, you have to, it's smart business to make sure that game is everywhere. And everything else, again, when you start talking about all these, when you talk about how people are thinking about Overwatch 2 and the fact that they don't think there should be an Overwatch 2, just add it to Overwatch 1. If you're putting these games out, you want goodwill around them. That means you want big communities around them. It only makes sense that you would put them in as many places as possible. So again, like we just said, the industry is changing right before our eyes in a way I don't think we ever expected. I think we thought Game Pass was going to change the way the way we consume games and the way we're sold games and whatever the case may be. I don't think any of us really expected this level of shift happening so quickly. So, I mean, we're going to be talking about this for a long time, but history is happening.
Unfortunately,
we're in the middle of it as it's happening. And it's going to be, and honestly, the game industry is going to look different in 5-6 years. It just is.
Absolutely.
Microsoft gonna own everything.
And that's what we got. Let's move on. Unprecedented times.
They're gonna change the name of Xbox to the Only Box.
The only box.
Instead of that,
you want to get these super chats?
Yeah, let's get these super chats.
Okay, hold on a second. Just give me a moment. Just vamp for a couple of
You
seconds.
good?
while I
Yeah,
just
man.
scroll
It's
back.
crazy times going on. I see the chat. I'm vamping. You know what I'm saying? Vamp like, you know what I'm saying? Jim Jones, you know that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, stop vamping.
Don't be
Hey, PlayStation.
You're ridiculous.
Okay,
Yo,
we
that's not the
I'm
next time.
ready.
It is a topic.
I'm ready.
Uh-huh.
We got Hargeet Chani through our super chat. From desire to continue, COD still going exclusive. Hargeet Chani is on that king trade. All right.
Okay.
Then we got the brightest sun with the 10 euro super chat. Microsoft would not have the incentive to cease or limit making ZeniMax games available for purchase on rival consoles. That was written in ZeniMax deal conclusion in the European official documents. They would not have the incentive to cease or limit, but Starfield, unless they change Starfield.
See?
Exactly. We have Lord Starkiller, Xbox Series X01 member for 5 months. Thank you, sir. Big win for Game Pass because COD will be available day and date. And it's true.
Mhm.
Anything they own, the incentive will be to get it on Game Pass because you're gonna have it there for quote unquote free or no extra money. Then we have Mr. MDJ, $5 super chat. Activision has to ask permission to go out in the streets. Bungie can just throw up the deuces to PlayStation and say bye Felicia.
And
Also, so what we're saying is
That's the
Activision
difference.
is like the locked-in wife. They can't go anywhere.
Which and this is why I didn't understand them using that specific clip of King for this argument.
Because it was retarded.
Because the
Sorry,
argument is
using
the
that
argument was that Bungie somehow managed to finagle this deal. Whereas like if Activision is for the streets, it's because Microsoft desires it to be so. whereas Bungie being for the streets is Bungie telling Sony we're for the streets.
So what you're saying is Microsoft's very open to have an open relationship.
Ooh.
Sony was made to have one.
I don't
Sony was
understand.
made to have one.
But
Whereas
it's-
Microsoft is the pimp move. You go out to the streets.
Like,
Soft,
you
for the
know,
streets is for the streets, though.
Soft, what I don't understand, right?
Here we go.
And this is the issue that I have fundamentally with the busted brains that I feel that a lot of these dudes is
the
working with.
busted brains.
Bungie said everything we do is out here. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, and then Microsoft says, you know, and I always got to do the under duress right now. The police is watching. You know, keep your hands on the dashboard, Microsoft. we know you're slick with them fingers. Keep your hands on the dashboard, Microsoft. And they're like, yeah, man, I said Call of Duty can go hang out, man. What's up? Yo, no, man, I'm not gonna lock him down like that. He can hang with his friends. He knows those dudes. Yeah, let Warzone out. Keep the other one in the house. Like, so it's these little
Microsoft
things
got
where
their favorites.
where they say
I
certain
just
things is going to be available.
Yeah.
But we're
Now
talking in the whole entirety of anything that we got coming out is for the streets. So what is the sense, right? Who made out in this deal? That's so when you use that clip, you're using that clip to the detriment of yourself. Because you have to honestly
it's the wrong
say,
clip for what they're trying to catch you for.
like, why would you use that? But I understood this part. When COG used that clip, it was genius. And people saw how much traction that it was getting. And you wanted to associate yourself with something that was credible. And every person that decided to use that to talk about getting knees or something goofy about it, all you did was just play yourself. You fell in COG's trap.
Y'all didn't look at the context of what it was.
Yes, all
It
you
just
did was
sounded
just read
good.
the headline.
Yeah,
That's why
So
I'm about
this-
receipts.
I
Real
honestly,
receipts.
like I honestly believe they will pick and choose what they will let out the door, right? and they say, yo, you know, this game of service, you can have that. This game of service, you can have that. What bring back the most bread with these dudes? What they like over there? Yeah, you can have that. Oh, this new stuff now, that's mine. I can't let that out there like that.
Here's a question I do have for you guys. Like we brought it like a little bit last week. Do you think that since Activision's games will be everywhere for right now, we don't know. Like we can only go what we're going
But
by.
we're
But
not
if
ta-
that is,
I don't think Tony
is,
Hawk. I don't think if they make another Tony Hawk, I don't think they make another Crash. Like that's not going everywhere. New one.
Okay.
I don't think so.
So they did say popular, but do you think
Popular.
that because last week we were saying that maybe some of the other PlayStation studios would feel a way that their games can't be everywhere, but Bungie's
yeah.
is. So do you think that we could see something similar with
No.
we got 30 some studios, but why is Activision get to run wild?
Listen, like I said, there are no rules
How is
anymore.
Activision
There are no
running
rules.
I swear it's like a brain fart, and it's just I don't honestly get it. If they said 1 or 2 titles is going to go there, that's not the entirety of your future catalog. Like,
but all they had to do was open the door, and I can go right in.
Man,
kid.
stop that.
They opened the door. They left it cracked when they left the house.
This is the seed that starts the one console future. Watch this. All of this. Watch.
No, I am so beyond this. If one person said, "Everything I do is out here, son," everything, there's no question, right? They just want to associate something else with that same narrative. Oh, Activision is doing the same. No, they're not. They're not doing that. And it's going to be titles that don't go across the street.
No, I agree with that
But
part. I agree with that.
Bungie titles will be across the street, up the block, and down the corner.
Look, we gotta see what's gonna happen, man. It is interesting times. You got the super.
I'm
chat,
happy that it is, though. I hope it's in Spartacus. Make me buy.
Exactly. Flame $2 super chat. A quote: "Phil's a nice guy." Just scored in 2022.
Shout out to Jazz. Jazz got it right. Jazz got it right. Salute.
Then we got Creeper Evox, $5 super chat. Sony be pretty woman dealing with Bungie for attention. Pretty woman paying for attention. Everybody pays for attention. I'm saying. If you have Bungie without the Bungie employees, you don't have Bungie. Like you gotta pay.
There's a provision in there they can't go. Sit down.
They're all millionaires though. That's for sure.
That's right. Rich as hell.
C-Mad, $5 super chat. The question in the end is, what's the cost to other platforms for Microsoft properties? Games will be exclusive to Game Pass, not Xbox. No, I don't know about that. We may one day get a game that's exclusive to Game Pass, but I don't know. We'll see. And we got Michael Niedzila. I apologize if I wrecked that. $5 super chat. We knew that Microsoft has contractual obligations from the next 2 to 3 years for COD. How do you think the gaming industry will change by then? I just think you're gonna start seeing more cooperation, specifically between PlayStation and Xbox when it comes to these games that require a community around them. I just think it's gonna be a lot of nice playing.
Got to work with each other.
Yeah, when it comes to cross-play and cross-progression, we're seeing it at MLB The Show this year. Like, all of that stuff is going to become the norm, I think.
And plus, it would look really bad on Microsoft if they snatch Call of Duty off the platform when they're one of the biggest people on doing cross-platform and cross-progression.
If there was no Game Pass, right, and let's say we came into this generation, right? Let's say there was no Game Pass, and Microsoft but they did get the support of Microsoft the way that they hadn't in the past, right? And they had all this money to spend. If the status quo had not changed because of Game Pass, then yes, everything that you see them buy would probably be exclusive. Game Pass is what kind of changes the conversation all around it. So in a way, if they wanted to dominate in that same way that Sony has dominated, whatever, they kind of shot themselves in the foot with Game Pass, if you see what I'm going at. Like they changed the conversation so that they can't really do it anymore. But whatever. Let me see. Hargeet Chani, $5 super chat. If you read the language, they said they will continue to sell, as in you have the current games, we'll continue to sell them to you. New ones is on Game Pass. We'll see. I mean,
it's gonna be so hilarious. And when I'm walking around with a bag of knees, I just look up and say, "Hey, Addict, I got your knees back."
Yeah.
Then we got Lord Starkiller, $10 super chat. It's okay if COD is multi-plat. That creates a real good revenue stream for Microsoft. Sony supporters will pay $70, while COD will be included in Game Pass day and date. Big win for Microsoft and Xbox. Yes, that is for sure. If you have Game Pass, all of that will be in there already. Then we have Dragonheart Yobi, $10 super chat. If I'm wrong in this, I will get my knees sculpted. There will be an event, and the ILP will be the guests of said gaming event, or they will be the headliners. Mark my words. Peace, love. Like,
Oh wow, salute.
blessings.
Putting that energy in. I
Bro,
like you
bro,
speaking that into existence.
Thank you. You know,
There's some
it-
things
you
that
know,
could
it
happen that way too. Yeah, it's funny you said that, Addict.
It's funny you said that.
It's funny you
now,
said
yeah.
that, right? Let's stuff going on. Stuff going on.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Then
we
we
gotta
got-
talk about that after.
Yeah, we'll
the
talk
show.
about that after the show. We'll.
We got Lord Starkiller again, $5 super chat. Microsoft was reading the room when it came to the FTC. Better to keep COD
Yeah.
multi-plat versus jeopardizing the Activision Blizzard acquisition.
Watching.
Yo,
know what?
it's absolutely not worth losing, you know, the whole thing over Call of Duty.
Bro, to be honest,
But I tell
your
you this.
namesake King is in my opinion, one of the biggest parts of this deal that people,
Oh, yeah,
gamers
yeah.
don't care about it, but that mobile, that they're about to
that's
acquire
what
the third or
Microsoft
fourth.
cares
It's such
That's
a bag.
huge.
It's such a bag. I get that. Because when you look at amount of studios, it doesn't compare, right?
Doesn't compare.
Right.
But King,
You
Bro,
can't let that go.
listen, when they copped, I was like, let me try this Candy Crush.
Bruh.
Let me try.
Bruh.
Bro, I haven't spent $1 on it, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
The
it's
grind
crack.
is incredible.
It's
It's
crazy.
cracking.
And we know they want in there and streaming. It's so much to this. But yeah, guys off.
Yeah. Graham C, $5 super chat. In King's defense, regulatory agencies fail to do research all the time. Okay.
They're
These
gonna
are
do
the
research
same-
on this one.
These are the same
There's
groups.
Call of Duty on top of Warzone.
And also we got to remember we don't usually get political, but you know there could be a situation where someone wants to make an example out of Microsoft that they're
Yeah.
doing too much.
I
So
want to know who's out there.
Yeah.
Who's the strong crybabies pointing stuff out.
you want to know what the stitching is?
No,
I
yeah,
want to know
listen.
who got the 6'9" face.
there are agendas at
There's
play.
agendas.
Because Microsoft has been
Definitely
attacked.
is.
Microsoft, certain acquisitions they've made in the past have come under scrutiny, and
Yeah.
they've gotten through.
And then-
so somebody with revenge on the
Revenge, influence,
never
politics,
know.
you got to play that. And the last thing is, shout out to Picture G, I think he said it too, is that we didn't mention enough, but a lot of this is access to this apps and this future, because that's the department that made the statement. Like we didn't, like it wasn't like Phil Spencer and Xbox Gaming and like it was this this is access for the future and future plans, and they're worried about legal and regulation going in a direction that may go. So they're like, yo, we are full transparent here what we trying to do, because what we doing is going to be ultimately better for developers and everyone, and it goes against kind of what Apple was trying to do with they did. It's a
exactly.
lot going on here.
They're trying to make themselves look like the ultimate
Good guy. Look what they're doing, but look what we're doing, so that if future these laws that's about to come up that could change the game, we on the right side of history.
That's why they're calling out companies that have nothing to do with
Doing
it.
nothing.
Nintendo,
And that's
Apple,
what I'm saying. You calling up because they like, yo, okay, I see what you're doing, Xbox. Okay, I see. Okay. Now you throw us to the statement, okay?
yeah. It's funny, but I mean, they got to do what they got to do.
Gotta do what you
You
gotta
know
do.
what's funny is like 3 or 4 years from now, not one of those games goes to Switch.
It'll be interesting.
Be like, it was our desire.
It was-
but-
that's what King.
had
King will get us though.
desires.
King will get us if that happens.
Oh, no,
it
because
will
they-
be. I told you.
I mean, when I saw that,
we
we
I
gotta do that.
like,
King will light us up for that one.
like a
Like-
Christmas tree.
If that
Unless,
news
again-
drop and it's a Call of Duty 2025 and they don't got a PlayStation logo on it at the bottom of the trailer, we
Right
are
about-
gonna get it.
Oh no, for sure.
It's gonna
We
be
gotta get
profit soliloquies,
I'm having a lot
videos in the car. You already
I'm
know.
having a lot of people on.
It's gonna-
I
You
can't.
know that video he did where he was moving back and forth?
Oh,
Camera
remember
like
this?
this?
You already know we gonna get it. Continue.
Yeah. All right, then we got the rubber knob, $5 in the chat. Morning Lords, all platforms can have Call of Duty. They just need to put Game Pass on their system first.
Yep. Phil said that.
Moving that
Correct,
powder.
Bingham.
Moving that
$5
Azure
super chat.
weight.
Azure
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 powder.
weight.
Mhm.
Brett Bingham, $5 super chat. Would be cool to acquire all of WB/Time Warner Discovery next in 2023 and make those IP-based shows themselves. It would complement Xbox Game Pass. They are not in a position to make any kind of show themselves. They're not. I mean, that's just not their
They're gonna
forte.
let someone else do it.
Yeah. Then we got Lord Starkiller, $5 super chat. LordCognito, I had it wrong also, but it is better for Microsoft to make some concessions to the FTC versus putting the AB acquisition at risk. That is true.
Yeah,
But maybe the FEC, like Christopher Hart said.
What is the FEC?
What is the FEC?
The FEC is out there looking
The
feces, what?
I
I
can't.
said the feces is out there.
Yo, moving on. Time.
We got Chaos Smite, $5 super chat. With Phil getting the Lifetime Achievement Awards, he should be knighted and add Sir in front of his name, Sir Phil.
Okay. Lord.
We talk about two different types of knights and two different types of. Then we got Tai Casares, $31 super chat. Sony be yelling across the street at GTA 6 saying, "Come get this wallet." GTA 6 is like, I see big bank though. All of you Iron Lords are the best. You make my Monday mornings down under worthwhile.
Salute.
Thank you, sir. Yep, it is Monday over there.
Thank
right
you for
now.
thank you, man.
Then we
Shout
got
out for
Tai.
you to be
the
on
future.
Valentine's Day. And look at me in my Valentine's Day jacket.
I can't.
Hey,
I can't.
make a spaces about this.
Make a video on his faces.
We on 30 days of King and Pele.
You stupid. Continue.
Then we got Tai Casares once again with the $8 Australian super chat. With all of these games that Xbox now has, do you all think Xbox will increase Game Pass or make similar options like a $5 deal for FPS or $5 for RPGs? No, I mean at some point
They'll just raise it.
They'll just raise it at some point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I never liked the 50. I would have wished they would have just gone to 20 immediately. This sounds stupid, but like 20 is like a nice round number. Like
No, I like the $15.
I like the 15. I'm with
Saul did not just say
Saul
raise
be like,
it because
I like
OCD.
to raise it because I like the way it sounds.
definitely OCD. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know about this 15.
My OCD doesn't like it when it leaves my account like that.
Continue.
Hold on a second. All right. look, I got
Someone's gonna clip that one.
Yes.
Like so, that was some crazy stuff.
Iron Lord.
that was a Sony thing. You know, I'd rather pay $70. Dono Taku, $5 super chat. We already did get a Game Pass exclusive game. It was the Space Jam beat 'em up. Okay. Only
Remember
people with
that? That
Game
was
Pass
fun.
could download and play. Nope, do not remember that one. Hollywood Rules, $5 super chat. I think the anger within the Xbox community is that we know Sony wouldn't have shared COD and Microsoft. And Microsoft had them by the short and curlies and let them off. It's just too much money.
Police is watching. Sorry, brother. Keep it moving. Nothing to see here.
It's too much money. Then we got Lord Metroid, $2 super chat. Sony and Microsoft are rivals, not a couple. Compete.
Yeah.
Game is changing.
I don't think there's no competition.
Then we got Mandingo McMickey. $5 super chat. Yo, it's Super Bowl Sunday. Homegrown Cincinnati fan here. Can Who Dey Nation get a nod from the ILP?
Yo, I
Who
was
do you
saying
have?
that.
And remember, fellas, keep it thick.
Yo, who they say they gonna beat them Bengals?
I can't.
Then we got Hollywood Rules, $5 super chat. The Xbox community wanted Phil to snatch COD from Sony like the soup Nazi in Seinfeld. No COD for you. Come back in 10 years. Stupid.
That's how I feel.
All right, then we got. So let me make sure I didn't jump. Nope, we're good.
We good to go?
We're covered. Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's get into it. Addict, you up? Your favorite Platinum Games.
PlatinumGames.
You love. Look how you
So-
smile and bubble when you hear that. Let's go.
So, PlatinumGames was on Twitter earlier this week, and they were saying that they
You ain't say
were
it
kind of
right.
hinting.
You ain't say it right. What type of? What,
Fine, then you set it up.
No, what's the name of that platform? That you always say it with the right name.
The Twitter.
Twitter. You're supposed to say the
Well,
Twitter.
okay, whatever. It's Twitter.
There we
like,
go.
We
So
Addict's
say
hungry.
it.
I know
Twitter.
Addic's hungry.
Alex
now.
hungry. You know he want to eat.
He's
He-
hungry.
Yeah,
This
he's
is
rushing
it right
through.
now.
Continue.
they were saying that they kind of regret what happened with Scalebound, and they actually said, believe it or not, they actually said that they would love to be able to correct that, and they apologized to the community, to Microsoft, so that they put too much, they put a lot of trust in them as a partner, and they apologized for letting them down, and so it put up a lot of thought process of what's going on over there, and I wanted to bring it to the realm, and first off, I want to ask every Lord what your thoughts when you first saw this are, and go from there.
Start with
I want to hear Saul.
Saul first. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh. We got the
reminds
sigh.
Listen, when I saw Scalebound, I was like, okay, it's fine. Like the idea of
Disrespect.
I love dragons. I love me some
Wait,
Panzer
you was
Dragon.
there with me that year in E3, right?
Oh yeah.
You saw it with me?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, let them know, please.
I thought, I thought it was ambitious, right? There was a lot of stuff going on screen. Frame rate looked terrible at the time.
Frame rate was
Early.
bad.
It was horrible. But as it looked generic in the way that I don't know the appeal of a character that's wearing a headset, like wearing headphones, Walkman. Like I just didn't. Like the combat looked cool. There were aspects, but the aspects of it that didn't seem cool made it feel like people were going to start reacting to it like the way they did with what the hell was it? Was it Godfall?
Like, for PlayStation?
The PlayStation launch game where it's like it just looked samey and kind of generic.
God
and
awful.
For God awful. No, that's messed up. But for me, it didn't have that flair that I expect from Platinum Games. So, I think a long time ago on a podcast, I was like, a prediction, they bring back Scalebound and it's a Panzer Dragoon game. That's the only way they're gonna bring back Scalebound.
Yeah.
I don't think it's happening, and it's probably not a good practice to shout out to Vin Diesel. You don't call somebody out and say, hey, we want to do this when they've made it clear that they don't want to do this. Because Vin did the same thing to The Rock when he was like, we need you to come back for the end of Fast and the Furious. And The Rock was like, I told you I ain't coming back to the Fast and the Furious. Like don't try to shame me in front of everybody to try to get a reaction. So for me,
but Phil's a nice guy.
Phil's a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
But you've noticed that there's been no response to this. So I think they're good steps made to sort of if that relationship needs repairing in some way or whatever for them to work together exclusively, I can see that happening. I don't think it's Scalebound coming back. It has to be something else.
Breaking my heart. Continue.
That's what I got on it. I'm done.
King.
Well, when I saw the game, I was like, this was a unmitigated mess. The only thing that looks good was the cutscenes. They had enemies coming out of these little huts. It was inside the weirdest places. It looked so early last gen. It looked 360-ish, but the fact that it had like a dragon in it, it wasn't it. And everybody keeps talking about the Scalebound like it was some forgotten warrior that was gonna be great. No, Phil saw a 60 Metacritic. It was like, I'm not doing that. I'm just sick and tired of these games not living up to expectations. Now, what I do say is, Platinum saw all this money being spread around. The Bungie 3.6 billion, 68 billion. Excuse me, Microsoft, I do apologize for what we did in the past, and I think that we can rectify something. And
I think we'd work good together, Microsoft.
Let me get one more chance, please, baby. Like, that's all I saw. And I can see, honestly, they can use Unreal Engine 5, and they can actually get a really good looking game with time, effort, and money. I do believe in they'll get a second chance, but with the stigma that's attached to this game and the level of scrutiny that's attached to this game, any game with this name has to be a 90 plus on a Metacritic score, right? So why put that level of pressure on a developer in this sense? And also there's a rumor going around, which is not true. Microsoft has a game that's just like Scalebound in development. No, they don't.
You're talking about the Monster Hunter type game?
Yeah, it's not Scalebound, right? What Microsoft wanted from Scalebound is they wanted a co-op dragon type of game or whatever. What Platinum was making was probably a single type of player game, and then they bolted on the multiplayer to it, and it just didn't go right. It just didn't look right. It looked like a game out of sync. It was like too many chefs in the pot. It didn't look right. So let the game die. And if and you know what? And if Phil looks at it, and he said a lot of things, he had to make cold calls on stuff that was put in production before him. Stuff that didn't look good. So I know people saying, but Crackdown made it out, man. How the hell Crackdown got out there? But my Scalebound, you don't even know who Scalebound is.
My
Scalebound. Like you
beloved franchise Scalebound.
I know, like, yo, Scalebound was gonna be the one, my G. Crackdown, it doomed them. Like you talking about an established franchise. I don't care what that is. To an IP that they didn't need to sink any more money in, and he knew it was gonna be bad from the rip. Let it go. So maybe they could work with them on do something else. I mean, I like some of the games, the Transformers games and the Turtle games. I like
Astral Chain is a banger.
Astral
Chain is a banger.
Tell me that the dude from Scalebound didn't look like Nero. Or look like Dante from Devil May Cry.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
I'm with Solve on that too. I feel that part.
Come on, man.
I'll jump in. I mean, it's a lot of disrespect for my Platinum, but it's cool.
No, I like Platinum games.
It's cool. No, but I hear what y'all saying. I mean, it's not, y'all not out of pocket. I just feel like, yeah, they got this history. You know, we talk, you know how I feel about Astral Chain, the Bayonetta. They got the Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance, Nier, Automata. Like, they've got a resume. I like Transformers Devastation. I don't care what nobody say. I like that joint. They had the real actors. They had Peter Cullen, Frank Walker. It was a cartoon, anime. I was in there. Constructicons, it was a goal. I didn't care what was going on. But, look, does this sound a little bit of desperation? Yes. And the reason why, I've never seen Kami sound like this. Like, I've never seen him, you know, but, you know, like that. Like, he doesn't seem like that personality. I mean, we're very fortunate at LordsOfGaming.net to interview, meet him in person, meet Anabasan in person, interview them about the one-on-one on LordsOfGaming.net. Make sure you check that out. It's something that's up there. Check that out. And the video is also on Iron Lords Podcast. In the exclusive interviews, we have that with PlatinumGames. Not many people can say that. Had to flex.
Yeah, nobody else has.
Had to flex.
I was so proud.
So I'm always...
Is a cough that happens in that interview. The cough that is heard around the world.
And that's you?
Shout out to Gene. It is the funniest thing that you could ever see in your life.
That was at the beginning of the pandemic.
That was right at the pandemic when that's the last packs for the best pandemic.
Everybody's looking around like...
yeah, before I cough, everybody like, oh. Now, shout out, great interview.
It's cool, man. I just got the flu. I don't got the COVID.
Shout out to Calvin Yasan. Shout out to Anabasan. Shout out to the whole PlatinumGames team. Yes, I am biased. I love Platinum. So here's the thing. I have to agree with King and Solve on this, though. Like, it does scream a little bit of desperation in the sense that, like, the fact that you go in public, to me, this could have been a call behind the scene, right? This could have been a call, like, the relationships is there. So it almost feels to me like one person is not picking up the phone or not interested. You know what I'm saying? So here's my thing. Like,
Hey, big head.
you stupid. Like, there's so much rumors and speculation would go down with Scalebound. Like, I don't know. Like, one thing we heard is that Platinum was not familiar with Unreal Engine at the time, right? And that, you know, this was too much of an undertaking. They may have been different other thing. Then we hear another rumors that Microsoft wanted co-op on it, and that the scope would have been too big. Then we got to be real. We clowning the frame rate and all that, but that was OG Xbox One connects Xbox One. You know what I'm saying? So, again, this is what I look at it. This game has to be important to Kami Asam for him to do this. Like, this guy, because what I hear, it's his dream game. Like, this is the game he always wanted to make. To King's point, I do agree. You know, people see Microsoft throw a lot of money around, you know what I'm saying? Microsoft acquiring, you know, for him to publicly like, yo, Phil, let's get in the lab, let's work, you know what I'm saying? Let's work.
Let's collab.
Like, yo, that's a big deal. So the thing is, this is what I say. You know, if it is a bad look if a game gets canceled, let's call it that, right? Clearly something was going on, or maybe they was doing too much projects. Who knows? I wasn't in the room. But what I would say is, like, I think it's a genius move for him to put a little bit of public pressure on Microsoft to say, look, the fans want it. Then come on, Phil. You know what I'm saying? Kind of thing. So if the relationship is fractured, then all I would hope is that they give them the rights to make the game, even if it's multi-plat, and they go, okay, we'll give you the rights back. We'll give you, you know, we'll work out negotiate, and then it'd be maybe like a Game Pass deal. We get the first, or we get a time.
Pretty much like, we're not going to pay for it, but we'll let you give you the rights to have someone else pay for it.
In fairness to Microsoft Addict, if they were upset and they saw, so you come home and the kids ain't do the homework for whatever reason, right?
I've been working all day.
The last thing about is like, we gonna make a deal again and we gonna work again because you gotta trust that person again to do the homework as it was assigned. So I understand from a business standpoint, I can't get mad. As much as a gamer fan, I want Scalebound to come back to see what it could be. I could understand them like, nah, fam, we did that. Right, so we're gonna do this. If you want the deal so bad, you either money exchange or whatever, you could have the rights back. We ain't gonna be foul because I think that's the right thing. Because clearly Microsoft ain't doing nothing with Scalebound. They don't seem, at least for what we see, it doesn't appear to be.
Apparently, last year they renewed it though.
Right. So if they renewing it or whatever, or you just get back in the lab and say, "Yo, let's do this track right quick." You know what I'm saying? Either way, I think it would be a good look. You do that, Jay, right quick. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is.
Pull up.
They need these type of games. We could clown Platinum. You could say they overrated. Microsoft you got a Japanese dude. Yo, we want to work with you. That's what they need. We sit there and say, get them in pocket. Get them in. You don't got to buy them, but be nice. Work, even if get the trust popping.
To be honest with you, I feel like the only way Microsoft would do it is if they were bought.
Well, they got to provide value. All I'm selfishly.
It'd be like one of those things where it's like, we value the product you put out. Might not have been Scalebound, but the only way we gonna fund Scalebound is if you sell your whole company.
You know what I like? Yeah. Yo, there you go. Listen now, but the thing I want selfishly, regardless to happen, take that catalog. Give me Astro Chain. Give me Astro Chain 2. I want all them games that you made over here. That's what I want. I know it's probably unrealistic, but that's what I want.
I mean, when it comes to me, this is how
Stop shaking your head, kid.
This is when it comes to me. I feel like if it was strictly a mismanagement thing, and there's not too much bad blood there, if it's salvageable to fix that bad blood, let's just get Scalebound out. Like, imagine, it's like I was saying, imagine, I don't care about Scalebound. Let me put that out right now. I don't care about Scalebound. But imagine being at an E3 and they end up with a vague trailer and it's a Scalebound at the end.
And they got that Series X flavor 20 engine.
I feel you, but if that game comes out and it's a 7, it's an L.
Like, here's the thing, though. I don't think if this is greenlit again, Microsoft's always like, we let them do what they do. They ain't letting Platinum.
No, he can't let them because the kids mess up the homework. You can't.
Platinum gonna have Matt Booty. Like, Microsoft gonna have Matt Booty over there living over there. he gonna come out of the head office sitting there rubbing his eyes. What's we doing today?
Listen, or you say, look, that's nice that you would like to work with us together. That's done. As King would say, that part's over. And King would be like, well, what you can do. This is a classic King where he don't want to work with you. What we can do is you can make that yourself, and then when it's finished, we'll decide if we want to include this on our system in a Game Pass deal or whatever, and we can work on that. Then maybe we get some rights to the other game. Like, I can see that.
I don't see them.
He trying to yank Astro Chain.
Yeah, get that Astro Chain, bro.
He's yanking my Astro Chain.
Your pause.
The reason that
that
Microsoft keeps renewing that Scalebound one is because they know it means a lot to that.
And
I feel like
get the bread.
They might see because they keep in mind these companies renew copyrights all the time, like every year, every single year. But to me, do you guys see any relevance to keeping the Scalebound IP?
No.
Like, they don't do anything
with it. That's why I'm
obviously they do stuff. They do that with a lot of stuff that they never do anything with, and it could be nothing. But to me, it really feels like, look, we do look into Japan a lot,
right?
And we got that Scalebound IP, and we know he likes that thing. Yeah. So part of me feels like Microsoft
got his baby hostage.
No, tell me that's not what it feels like. It's like if they ever go into that, if they ever have a negotiations with Platinum about buying them or something, because like regardless how Scalebound turned out, and regardless how I feel about the studio, but regardless how I feel about the studio, we can't deny the quality of games that does come out of that studio. So it's just like, if Microsoft ever decided one day they wake up, they ate some bacon and eggs, and then they're like, I'm gonna go buy Platinum Games. When they start that conversation, then the opening sentence would be, "We'll fund the rest of Scalebound as long as you sell your company because we need your type of games on our."
Yo, what is going on?
No, here's the thing. I honestly feel
What?
that this isn't strategic to get Scalebound. I really feel like this is
You
strategic
think it's the ultimate
marketing.
play for them to bend the knee and buy the company?
No. This is them trying to establish relations with them again.
Yes.
Get a game out, and then after they see, like, you know how they gave Sony the hit, they gave Nintendo the hit. This is gonna be one of those where they're gonna make sure to give Microsoft the hit,
Right.
and then afterwards it'll be like, yo, Phil, how you feeling about that game?
We did. okay. I see what you're doing.
Yeah,
Look,
I mean, it's not unprecedented. It's
This
not because
is the
IO walked
Breakfast
away with
Club.
Hitman, right? Like,
go ahead.
It's like they sitting there with the radio up and they in the middle of the mall like Microsoft hear my song. Like,
What
like
happens if
like they're
Scalebound?
serenading them. Like,
yeah, like,
what
I
happened-
go half on this baby, Microsoft. No.
What happens if
We tried
Scalebound?
that already.
If they renegotiate and Scalebound comes back, but it's a different game. It's no co-op experience. It's the game he originally wanted.
And they got the
Let him
power
make
now.
his game, but let him name it himself. Like, why are you calling my name out in the middle of the mall?
Yeah, it's like
already.
you know what it is? Scalebound. Scalebound sounds like a cool name. You don't want to just give up that name.
No,
like, it's like,
got
They're not gonna
Scalebound
do
shirt.
nothing with it.
No,
Name
we
is-
got
We got
Scalebound
Scalebound shirts, bro.
EC.
Yeah, E3.
Name is Scale Unbound, right? Yo, make your own game and stop calling my name.
No,
in the
but
mall.
King,
Like,
King, you
leave
can't,
me alone.
King, you can't tell me that even though you didn't care about that Scalebound like I did, like either one of us did. You can't say that they in an E3 show with that ain't gonna blow the internet.
Bro,
up.
it would blow the internet.
No
Come
shows
on,
with that.
King.
Don't go back there to that relationship.
If
You left that
they
for a reason.
here, King, if they did two things,
She can't cook.
two things that Microsoft can do that I know,
Can't cook.
two things that Microsoft can do that I know for a fact will blow up the internet. One, a Scalebound revival, and two, a Rise Son of Rome 2.
Yep, and a Banjo Kazooie.
Both of those, and
Those three.
imagine if
Yeah, those three.
I
Those would mean a lot to
know one
Xbox
thing-
fans.
I know one thing I don't want.
What?
I don't want them going back to that lady that can't cook. Leave her alone.
all right, but okay. That's another thing we have to take.
she
into
can't cook for
consideration,
you, she can cook for the new people.
No,
she can't
can't
cook for you.
nobody because he said, "Yo."
So we
I'm
can't
waiting
act
for
like
my food.
Astro Chain wasn't a hit.
Listen, Microsoft said, "What?" She said, "Baby, what you want for breakfast?" "Oh, I want some bacon, eggs, and cheese."
Yeah.
He said, "Cool, bacon, eggs, and cheese," and came back with salami, sausage, and monkey. Dude, this is not what I asked for.
But what you do, King, is you're like, yo, you know, I didn't know I wanted this till now, and you eat that.
Yeah, but that's when you got your mouth fixed for what you want it fixed for, and they
But
bring you the wrong thing.
I will
you ever
say
order
this.
a pizza and you
So,
don't
kinda
eat
like how-
pepperoni, and it's pepperoni on the pizza. You won't kill somebody.
Kind of like how your taste buds was fixed for Activision games
Yeah.
only on Xbox, but it turned out wasn't.
Like, look, I will say this
gonna
though, when
feel-
you talk
gonna
about
be so
Kamiya,
sad in 2024. You gonna be so
Let's-
sad.
Go ahead.
I gotta say this about Kamiya. Platinum Games, there is distinctively an A team and a B team.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Oh yeah. For
Right.
sure. For sure.
Kamiya,
And I don't think Xbox has had one game by the A team.
and that's the thing. That's the thing. I'm gonna read this Don Otaku's super chat, $5 super chat. This is the last one that came in, but I'll just jump. He says, y'all ain't getting Astral Chain anywhere because that's the Switch IP, right? Also, Kamiya has never missed. Let that man cook. And that is kind of true. When you look at the games Kamiya has worked on, Nier Automata, Bayonetta, Astral Chain, like the hits
Why
that
do you
they've
need
had,
me? Don't make your
Vanquish.
game.
Remember Vanquish?
Yeah.
Remember
Vanquish. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So it is fair to say that this kind of was the first time that he slipped up like that.
yeah.
That he just couldn't get a product to where it needed to be.
Hashtag just one.
Yo, don't you do that. Don't you do that. Don't you do.
Hashtag
I
just
mean,
one.
Don't you
are you
disrespect.
implying that his skills have deteriorated?
Don't you
Because
do
he's
that.
not-
I'm just saying he was dancing in the mirror by himself. and he thought his dance moves was lit. And then he found out he really wasn't jiggy like that. Now
Continue,
he's
son.
back in the mall
I mean,
talking about,
I'm just saying,
hey,
like,
let's go half on this
the,
baby.
the stuff that he has dropped, I would say yes, it warrants giving him a chance. I just don't think it's Scalebound. Like, I mean, listen, you made Nier Automata, like, and for a while, Nier Automata was PlayStation exclusive and PC exclusive, I believe. Like,
if he needs,
give me something on that level. Give me something on that level.
Sav, can I ask you one question?
Mm.
They've been making games without other people, right?
Keep making them, right?
Right. Why do you need Microsoft?
Why do you need these bedfellows?
Exactly. Why? Just go make your game and shop it.
I mean, it's that. I mean, the wallet.
That's his dream game.
The wallet.
That's his
the
dream
wallet.
game.
Go make it.
Yeah, but you got the rights. You holding on to the right. You ain't gonna do nothing with it.
Listen. Go make the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then bring it. Don't talk to me about what we could.
But why they gonna make the game and you ain't gonna give no aspersion? Thing. What's the word?
This is a sign of good faith because the last time I gave you money, you came back with the wrong stuff.
So what if they have an agreement? They just make an agreement. Well, I don't know how contractual. We have to get whole game.
Agreement
because you ain't doing that with the name. You holding on to the name. You never gonna make a Scalebound.
I agree with King there though, right? I don't know this. Obviously, I don't know this works this way. Right?
I don't know how this works.
You really want to make this game so bad? Make the game. No game, no name, no name. Come to Microsoft, be like, this is our vision for what Scalebound's supposed to be.
But don't they?
If it's a banger,
but don't.
Be like, yeah, let's work together.
But isn't it bigger than the name, y'all? In chat, if y'all know, isn't it just the name, the prop? Don't
they
Microsoft
should have all the assets and everything.
Yeah, Microsoft got the assets. Don't they got all that?
So whatever if that is the case, you really want to make that game. Listen, but this is the thing. This is what gets me though. Why
are you holding on to the bars? You holding on to the rap sheet. You ain't even gonna make a song. You never gonna produce that album.
COD, really? Like I can't. This man has made games like Nier Automata, Bayonetta. He made Automata, Bayonetta, Astral Chain. This is one thing I can't rock with.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's all finish. Let me hear this.
Your dream game,
right?
Is the game about the dude with the Sony Walkman.
That's his dream. He said it though. You don't feel it, but you don't like it. But that's what he said. He said he wanted to spit like Nas with the headphones and then drag it. And you don't want, and y'all holding on to Illmatic's rights. Let it go.
You're not getting your masters.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I'm not going to say that wasn't his dream game. I don't know what was going on at Platinum's at that time. They were working on a lot of games. We don't know what kind of financial things are. They had to probably split their studio to do that financial responsibility. All I'm saying is, if there is a realm of possibility where they highly supervise PlatinumGames making Scalebound, and they actually, I know, highly supervised, they're gonna be in jail. Okay, they're gonna rent out like a whole hotel and make them all go there and not let them leave. But it's a joke, clearly.
Yeah, it's a joke.
You can't do that.
It's the thing. If both participants are willing to do this, what's the harm?
What's the harm? You ain't doing
They spent $60 billion on Activision, and you can't. They can't do it with Platinum.
But just Activision understands the assignment. Your man don't.
But you big money bag Microsoft. You don't need. Why you holding on to it?
Why always gotta be Microsoft that makes these concessions? Like,
because Microsoft owns Scalebound. Like,
you guys they gotta go back to the person that messed.
You guys keep saying over and over again they should make the game and then go to Microsoft. They literally own the game. You can't just make
something that Microsoft owns.
Come up with your own. Listen. You like make another hole. Like you gotta worry about this hole, man. Make your own new hole.
You know what they do? They make the exact same game, but instead of the dude with the beats, you get an avatar of King, and that's the whole game until it's confirmed.
You can make the same dude with the beats. Just use your own assets.
You do that. You gotta go. You gotta make Stillmatic.
Oh my God. Y'all foul.
Look. You spit your own bars, my guy. Like, why are you looking for the
and if you love that baby so much, you wouldn't have sold them out the gate anyway.
But what if it's y'all? We was trying to make the album. Y'all keep telling us to add feature tracks and co-op tracks, and we ain't want to do co-op tracks. It's y'all.
We can't act like they didn't happen.
Spit backwards.
Well, here's the thing. The way I was described to it, the reason they went
told
to
y'all
Unreal
we never used Pro Tools before. We
the
told
reason
y'all,
that they
hey, you trying to force these Pro Tools on us.
The reason that the way I interpreted it, I don't know if anyone correct me.
I got you, Platinum. I got you.
The reason that they went to the engine is because the requirements and the stuff Microsoft wanted, you had to have that engine.
Out here trying to putting them whack RZA beats on us, and we don't make them beats like that. And that's why the album came out.
What's up with your frame rate, though, Joe?
Cog,
Shoot at the frame
prove
rate.
me if I'm wrong. But if Platinum Games, and I've been very vocal
Hard
about
on
making
them.
fun of them on it, they'll get one hit and like 6 misses. But when that one hit hits, and it's usually for a platform, they make a platform game. It's usually a huge hit.
And
When
the
they make
one-
multi-plats, usually it's when it's a little bit iffy.
And like I said,
But hold on.
the hit
Explain
is
to me.
usually the A team.
But look, explain to me how they hit hits on every other platform, but when Microsoft shows up and says they want co-op experience, they want this, they want that, they miss that. So the
Because
only
they don't understand the assignment.
but then why? But my point is we can't act like Microsoft didn't try to push that on them.
We don't know
And if
what
it's
went in
something
that
they're
roof.
not doing, then why are we blaming just Platinum? A little bit of that
Why
is
he
on Microsoft.
apologizing and Microsoft ain't?
Look,
Because-
shout out to Sharif Bax. He said, I know Cog ain't clown the RZA, but Raekwon was mad when he brought the violins on that whack whack Wu-Tang album, and Raekwon said, and then Raekwon left and made Wu-Tang versus Shaolin. That's what he did.
Yeah,
Look,
remember
I'm
that?
not saying that they need to. Let's clarify that now. Microsoft does not need Scalebound by any means.
Facts.
But, well, dude, man, that would look so good.
No, it
you-
don't. No, I
like,
don't want that.
Like, there is some things that's happened in the Xbox One generation that Scalebound coming back, a Rise Son of Rome 2. You corrected the majority of the generation when it comes to their misfire.
No, why is this game so important to people?
It's not important. Well, look, first off, we can't act like Microsoft has a ton of Japanese support.
Thank you.
Okay, so that part right there that you're saying, you want them to purchase a Japanese studio that has a pedigree of making a bunch of misses and hits here and there. Like,
Oh, okay. I'm about to bring up their Metacritic score on all their games.
Anyway, moving on. Like I said, at the end of the day, we'll see what happens. It's very interesting.
hope
I
not.
will say that I just hope that Platinum is not in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh, no.
sometimes
That's
you
what
gotta,
it seemed like.
you
It
gotta,
really did. It
you
seemed
worry
like
about
they're
some
in
trouble.
trouble.
To the chat that's mad at me about RZA, yes, RZA is one of the GOATs. I get it, but we not gonna act like every album and every Wu-Tang
Bobby
beat
Digital?
when
We
he
gonna
went his
act like we
Bobby
don't know
Digital
who
back.
Bobby
Now,
Digital
yeah,
is?
so come on now, my hip hop heads, I see y'all. Y'all know I got respect for the legend. I'm just saying,
So-
not everything the legend, and
He
even
gonna
his
put out
own
something right
clan
now.
members
Hold on,
didn't agree with a
King.
lot of stuff
Yeah.
later on. That's all.
Here it is. Bayonetta 2, 92. Nier Automata, 91. Bayonetta, A90. Let me go down.
Let's hit
what
the
is-
misses.
Astro Train, 87.
Ooh.
The Wonderful 101, 85.
It's getting lower.
Vanquish, that's because I'm reading it.
Yeah, let's
going
do
up and
it. Let's
down.
get it. Let's get it.
Vanquish, 84. Like we let's be real
Let's
here.
keep
Let's be
going.
100.
Get the
We have
chat ready,
cap
sorry.
for less.
What's next?
Oh, we can keep going.
Yeah, go.
Vanquish, 83. But my point is they
My
make
point is
quality
keep going.
games.
Let's get to the bottom of the tree.
I mean, we can do you want to do that with all the Xbox
Scalebound,
studios? You want to do that with all the Xbox studios? Because that's
No,
not
I
going to
said-
work out for you.
I just said Scalebound is a 0, and you cap it for a game that should not. Somebody saw it and said no.
It does. It says here on here, Scalebound to be announced, and it says cancel.
Thank you.
All right,
Look,
I'm gonna read Donald
Read the
Taco's
super chat.
last
Yes,
one.
we gotta
That
read the
one-
super chats.
Yeah, no Platinum misses when they make somebody else's vision. Legend of Korra, TMNT, etc. Those aren't their games. Those are their properties. They are their games. They make those games. They aren't their properties. And again, that was the B team.
But you got to consider too that was the budget that was allotted them as well. Like it's not like I think it was Activision or EA. I don't know who owns Legend of Korra. It's not like they handed them a $200 million budget and said, "Make me Legend of Korra." Like,
Yeah,
We
I
good?
get it.
Let's get this move on.
All right, so let's
beat that one
read
to
these
death.
super chats. Let me see. Cypher Poe 192, £5 super chat. Microsoft telling PlayStation don't get future games is like telling your side chick you'll leave your girl. We know it's cap, but she believes it anyway.
Savage.
There we go. Hargeet $2 super chat. Phil should tell Platinum to take a hike. Jesus.
He ain't saying nothing. He ain't returning nothing.
No,
I mean,
vocal
at the end of the day, we don't know what happened between the two companies. We just
I
don't
know
know.
what's not happening. Somebody retweeting and liking.
There we
Bessie.
go. Hargeet $5 super chat. PlayStation's copying Xbox One features. Snap, we have activity cards. Snap Help, we have game help. Xbox voice commands, we have PS voice commands. Okay.
Oh, you talking about hey PlayStation?
We about to get into it.
Hey.
There we got Lucius Augustus, $2 super chat. Let's give Scalebound to Ninja Theory.
That's actually fire.
That's an ultimate smack in the face.
Oh, that's kind of fire. But yeah, that's disrespectful. But yeah.
Boy, yeah.
Yeah.
Then we got Urban Ninja, member for 3 months. Thank you, sir. These purchases are being coordinated by Microsoft and Sony to keep Amazon, Tencent, and Facebook out. Yes, and we talked about that as well. Keep them out of there. Then we got Lord Starkiller, $5 super chat. If Microsoft ever wants to revive Scalebound, let Playground Games do the dev. Platinum is not worth Microsoft's effort. Jesus.
Told you.
I think keep the A team, not the B team. Mr. Too Opinionated, $5 super chat. I'm sorry, but in my opinion, no Western studio can match Platinum's combat or style. So you either let Platinum or the DMC5 team finish it, or let it stay dead.
Opinions.
Let it float. We all float down here.
Don't know. $5 super chat. They need Tango to co-develop the game to oversee them.
I can see that. I know. I can really see that happening.
Why are they gonna need oversight? From
because obviously, if this did happen, there has to be some kind of oversight because there was damage to the
reputation.
There was damage in their relationship in the past. There has to be some form of
check it in.
You can't leave them alone with
you gotta put an ankle bracelet on them while they work.
Listen, they not trusted around heavy machinery.
I mean, it is funny, but it's true. Like they would have to have some kind of. I highly doubt Microsoft would feel comfortable working with them again if they didn't have some form of oversight until there was a relationship rebuilt.
I gotta read
What relationship do you go into knowing that you gotta monitor their phone?
Well, I mean, they still have some form of relationship. They've still worked with them to bring near to Game Pass. Like they still talk to them.
Hold on, Trey Bull said Platinum Games thought they was Method Man, but turned out to be Method Man without his facial hair. I hope y'all see it. Y'all disrespectful. Continue.
Stupid. Then we need. Let me see what else. I read this one from Donald Taco. Astral Chain. Donald Taco again. $5 super chat. They already implemented elements of Scalebound into Bayonetta 3 with the giant kaiju battles. Okay. We got Sage with the $5 super chat. I agree with King. Platinum, the baby ain't mine. Raise that kid yourself. If the kid gonna make it to the NBA, I'll pay the child support then.
Savage.
That's what I'm talking about. He better be a star.
Why doesn't Microsoft have Japanese games? Rejecting them. That's why.
Then we got Mr. Too Opinionated, $5 in the chat. I say get Vanquish 2 exclusive or new IP and see how the relationship is after that. Okay. Then we got Hargeet Chani, $5 per chat. Xbox going to retire Call of Duty. 2025 will see the new franchise Duty Calls. a toilet simulator, Duty Calls. Then we got Pixel Bit G, $2 per chat. Y'all want Microsoft to Yeah, I want Microsoft to re-raw the chick that burnt them.
Whoa.
Yo, that's so extra right there. That is so
God.
extra.
Jesus.
You took the time out to type that in.
Sometimes I question like the amount of stuff that it's like, oh, hold up, they will change their names so Saul will have to say something crazy, and then they'll super chat crazy stuff.
I mean, this is Pixel Bit G. This is the homie. We already know what he's about.
Continue.
And we got Splendiferous, $2 super chat. That's like getting Nas to spit on 50 Cello's album. Who does 50 Cello?
I can't.
All right. Hold on a second. Then we have no, hold on a second. We got rolled back a little bit. Donald Taco. Okay, we read the Platinum Misses. We read that one already. Okay. So after Donald Taco is Mr. Too Opinionated, $5 super chat. If Microsoft got another Japanese exclusive, Scalebound wouldn't be mentioned much. Hell, at least get Miles' Phantom Dust back.
Damn.
Hectic World, $5 super chat. All Platinum games are single player without multiplayer. That's why it failed with Scalebound. Just deal with it.
Yep. I'm with
So
you.
maybe this time, yeah, don't force them to do something that they're not
definitely.
good at doing. Don't do that. Definitely don't.
But they
don't
do
agree
require
with
some supervision this time. I would agree.
Yes.
And we will not be monitoring them. Allow them to go someplace.
then we got Dono Taco again. He's funny. He said, finally, we can get to the real topic. Nintendo completely dominating Xbox and PlayStation with their untouchable exclusive lineup that rivals 2017. I won't respect any Nintendo slander today, King. Wow.
Ooh, we got two. It's a combo topic for the last one. Hey, PlayStation
Okay.
and Nintendo. Hmm?
I won't take it. Okay.
Are we caught?
Yeah, we're caught up.
All right, let's get into it. So this two-part topic was set up King with his couldn't wait to tell if I'll talk about this in the realm. Yeah, so it looks like Sony will be beta testing Hey PlayStation voice commands for the PS5. Sony is also making changes to the way parties work. So pretty much this was Wednesday, according to the blog post. Your PS5 can listen for the Hey PlayStation voice command to let you find and open games, apps, and settings, as well as control playback during a show or song. If you don't want to use it, Sony says you can turn the feature off, and the voice command features for beta test right now. Sony is also making changes to party chats. Voice chats are now called parties, and you can now choose whether a party is open, meaning your friends can join without an invitation, or closed. So, King, you couldn't wait to talk about Hey PlayStation.
You know, hold up, before he goes, I was wondering, I didn't research this at all.
Yeah.
Because it like voice stuff. And I was sitting here wondering the whole time you're reading, why did he pick this topic?
That's what
that
I'm like. Why is this
that
topic?
last couple sentences? I'm like, oh, so they in 2020 now.
Yeah, you know what it is. I know what it is. Yeah, now you're at it. You're right. Now we know what this is. So, King, being this is a hot topic for you, and you wanted to really bring this to the realm.
Are we not going to talk about at
No,
all?
Nintendo.
about
We
the
talking
censoring
Nintendo
thing? No, the censoring thing.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, is Sony censoring stuff?
Again, I didn't.
Are
We
they
can talk about it.
censoring it with Hey PlayStation?
Let's just combine all three. Hey, let's start PlayStation first, and then after that, we'll do the Nintendo. We got to talk about the Nintendo Direct.
Everybody was clowning us with Xbox on, Xbox.
Hey, PlayStation
that,
refund.
Xbox
Oh my
this,
God, I'm sorry.
Xbox that. Hey, Xbox, could you rewind? Hey, Xbox, record that. Hey, PlayStation, who are you? Like you're forget. Yo, it's like Jim is going through all Xbox albums and like, oh, that was a hit. Yo. Hey, PlayStation.
That's the little A tracks.
Put that in there. Yo, soon you're gonna have to ship with a camera. And soon you're gonna put DRM back in your box. like it's you are literally living our past all over again.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell are you gonna even look them in the face and say, "Hey, PlayStation"?
I can say it like that.
What is
Hey,
up?
King.
Hey, King.
Hey, PlayStation, boo boo.
Hey, PlayStation, snap. Yo, what's really happened? I swear to God, it feels like I'm in a time loop. Because wasn't they clowning Xbox with the Kinect and all the Xbox this and Xbox that, and nobody wanted that feature, and nobody want their Xbox listening to them. But lo and behold, your PlayStation, they told you send them their ears. The PlayStation is listening, and it responds to, "Hey, PlayStation." I just want to know how y'all feel with the Hey Play. Yo, why it gotta be Hey?
Okay, so I'm adding out. This is y'all. I could care less about this again.
I mean, you know, this is what happens. This is what happens when you start a new generation and you try to revamp everything, right? You lose stuff that you had as the norm on the previous generation. And that's what's happened with PlayStation. When the PlayStation 5 came out, the UI was completely different. And to do the things that you did simply on the PS4 was cumbersome. It was a pain in the rear. And so little by little, they just kind of are continuing to reincorporate those things that simplified that PlayStation 4 UI. Because on the PlayStation 5, there's multiple button presses sometimes for certain things that were very simple on the PS4. So now it's this thing where it's like, you know, they implemented things that were just there before. And it's funny because when you think about it now, you know, everybody talks to Alexa or whatever, like, but it's old tech, it's old news. And it's just the fact that it's taking this long to implement into this new UI. It's just funny. Like, almost to the point you don't need it. But at the same time, somebody who uses it is going to be like, why the hell is this old thing that used to be there not there anymore? So I get it. It just whatever. Like my PlayStation 5 is I get on, I play the games, that's it. All the other features I don't really care about or use, so it doesn't affect me. But it is funny that this is almost going into 2 years of the system being out, and we're still trying to get there. Like it's just funny.
Attic, your thoughts? Hey, PlayStation.
I mean, when you see this, it is funny. It's hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. Like it is. But I don't think you really saw Sony clowning on the Kinect as much as the fan base was clowning on the Kinect.
That's what I'm talking
So
about.
I think it's one of those things where it's like Microsoft jumped the gun on that type of technology.
Yeah.
And keep in mind that they're doing this as like a side thing. It's like, you could say into your mic. Like Microsoft was forcing features on you.
That's what, because Face 22, 23, he all on me. I didn't say he got smoked for King. He's like, this is not forced on you, King. This is not the same. He coming at King hard.
But that's all. Like that's all. How many?
Hey,
PlayStation.
But the thing is, I think this is a prime example of just PlayStation updating with the times, because and it's an example of Microsoft being ahead of the times, and they got ridiculed because they were thinking too far ahead.
Advanced.
You saw it with the always online thing. Yep. Oh, I don't want my games to only be online. Now probably 40-50% of the games are always online.
Right.
So that was again a scenario where Microsoft wasn't in the wrong for trying it, but they didn't do a good job communicating about what it was about, and they didn't do a good job at showing the people the positives to that technology. Right. For instance, this technology wasn't huge back in 2013, but now it's a lot more thing. Everyone got an Echo. Everyone got an Alexa. I think that might be the same thing, but it is what it is. And it's just like, look, with these type of technologies getting really, really more advanced, the casuals now know that when you speak to an Alexa, they're going to talk back and give you the information that you want. So PlayStation wants to get in on that trend now.
Right. I'll jump in. I literally could care less, but yeah, congrats. Hey, PlayStation. Yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people use the feature, whatever. I agree. It is not forced. Look, all I cared about was the party chat. Thank God I did not like game base. That game base was whack. I hated that. So that was for me. That was the biggest part of this news. You named it party chat. You made that interface more cleaner and smoother. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about it. But I know King, when he saw Hey PlayStation and breathing into a controller. King, what is he doing?
Christopher says,
I read that article when he posted in the chat.
You got your controller like that. What are you doing? I get looped into this. I get looped into this. Yeah, I get COD agrees with this.
I read that article in the chat for like 15 seconds. I was like, I have no interest in anything in this article whatsoever.
Which one?
But the article about the Hey PlayStation thing. But I will say that the party system over there, I don't know if this update's done. I haven't turned my
beta. It's in the beta right now. It's in the beta.
But it's just like, this needed to be done. Like, Sony was so far behind on social features, it's unreal. They still don't have gifting on PlayStation right now.
Yeah, they need gifting.
About this
that
new
sucks.
unique feature is not only do you blow into it, you talk to it too. Hey, PlayStation.
You love, you having a ball with this. I can't believe this is a topic. Moving on to the real news that, shout out to Don Otaku, you know what I'm saying, who's been waiting patiently. We finally had a switch topic. It's been a minute. You know what I'm saying?
We got to talk about that censoring thing.
Oh, sorry, censoring. Yes, please. Thoughts, everyone, before we move on.
Into the bushes.
Into the bushes.
Yeah, well, it's not supposedly. Like, Sony, I didn't like look into it 100%, but they've been known in the past to censor a lot of different type of games, but like apparently this is the first one that really hit them hard. Like, because most of the time it's some weirdo stuff. We didn't really want it on the platform anyway. We won't go too much into what it was and stuff, but this is the one time where it's like, maybe this is something they shouldn't have done. And I feel like, censoring I understand censoring if you don't agree with it, but they will be censoring stuff that their own games do. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it. This stuff came across my desk late, but from what I understand, you know, the version for PlayStation is going to be delayed or something like that, or it is.
I think the physical release.
The physical release will be delayed. There's an edited version. Look, y'all know how I feel. Like, I am not about censorship. I'm pro-dev, so I'm not about censorship on any level. So the fact that that is happening is not a good look. I don't agree with that. So I don't know why they came to that decision, because apparently Xbox and the other platforms are getting the unedited.
Switch is doing it.
Yeah, Switch is doing, which is surprising to me too. So
Well, they might. I don't know if they're doing this one, but they've been in the past. They've done stuff that PlayStation is censored.
Yeah, so I don't understand where the communication broke down there and why that's happening. So yeah, it's a bad look. I got a shout out to PlayStation Nation. I see a lot of Sony guys getting on PlayStation for this. Like, yo, this is not a good look. You know, why you censor? To me, I always feel as a developer or creator, you should be allowed to create what you want to create, and then it's up to us as the consumer whether we choose to support that and whether you out of pocket, right? Yeah. That's how I feel. But you know, they got to deal with that. That's just, it's not a good look. So that's all I can say on that, because I didn't really do my research on it. But Solve King, I don't know if y'all got.
As long as you, to me, as long as the game is labeled properly for the right audience, there should be no reason to censor anything in that game. I'm reading right now on BGC what it is that was censored.
What's the concept?
And so, okay, so apparently there's a scene in the dream sequence where you slice someone's face off and you put it on as like a mask or something like that. So some real like
some face
serial
off.
killer, yeah. And then there's another part where your sister's like in a casket and you have to take pictures of the body in the casket. So it's a hard. So that's it. Like maybe there's something else, but it's like that. To me, that doesn't make it. It's so weird.
There's more violence in Last of Us 2 than that.
Shout out to KSL. He said there's a part in the game where they make you raise a blade off a face and wear it. That's what's being censored. I mean,
Thank you, Sony, for protecting me.
Listen,
protecting the children.
That's what I thought the ESRB was for, right? This this is what we fought for. So I don't understand it. So hopefully the public pressure to get them to change their stance, because I don't want game to go in that direction. Okay.
It's weird who would take a stance on this. It's just very weird to me.
Yeah, very strange.
Well, I mean,
especially when I feel like Last of Us
was outside. Yeah, like Last of Us was outside.
I trust Sony, and I trust the choices that they're making for me, because you know sometimes I don't want razor blades on the face, and I really think that Sony is doing the right thing here, guys. I think
this is why we get labeled.
This is why we got labeled.
I think they're looking out for our best interest, because Sony knows best. Hey Sony.
Hey PlayStation. And this is where it ties in. Yo, kid, he's a savage, man. Anyway, moving on. Let's get some Switch love coming in. Hidalo Taco, what's up, bro? I know you're happy right now. We get a chance to talk about it. What about this Direct? Let's start with Addict, man.
Real quick though. Before,
that makes it a little different.
What
the
happened?
face pill scene was a kid.
Okay. I mean, again. I mean, I'm not trying to.
Yeah, but there's always been like this undue law in gaming where you don't mess with the kids. Like even Elder Scrolls, you can't kill kids in like almost all the games.
I mean, we came from Fable where people stack kids up in the temple. Like we came from Bully. Like again, we got to be careful with this slippery slope. I get it.
Censor stuff,
this is the game. We fought for Mortal Kombat. I remember when Mortal Kombat was not a goal. They were trying to. We got to be careful. Let them create. Just put the ratings and say, hey. Child violence. And apparently in what I did read, the developer put in the thing.
Oh no, he said the face pill was not a kid. I don't know what's going on.
Well, whatever is going on. At the end of the day, the end of the day, the developer thing that I did see say that they were very specific in what type of graphical violence content they put up. I heard they put warnings in the game. Hey, if you are uncomfortable with blah blah blah, this is not the game for you. So as long as you take those precautions, I don't see what the issue is. That just me. I come from that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, continue. Let's get
super chats real quick before we just move on. Dee Lee, member for 20 months. This was an eye-opening and illuminating episode of ILP with an I.
Nice.
ILP.
Nice.
Sony is trying to take the pole dancer out the club, knowing she likes to see them bands.
Yo.
Wow. Then we got Mr. Irishman, £5 super chat. Fun fact: Bayonetta 3's lead game designer started working for Tango Gameworks last month. Then we have C-Mad, $5 super chat. If you're Sony, what's your offer / pitch to Microsoft for their game properties, less having to accept Game Pass? Go.
Hey, PlayStation.
Yo, continue.
My my pitch would be, if you don't do what we're gonna say, we're gonna buy you.
How you gonna threaten ownership over your
Hey,
company?
I'll tip for tatted. I'll be like, all
You know
right,
what? You know
want
what
this?
King said?
You get
Hostile
this.
takeover.
I'm done. I'm done.
And we have
Work
Kushik
for me.
Talukdar.
Mhm.
Kushik Talukdar, £5 super chat. My crib was robbed last night. It's been so stressful, but I'm blessed that my fam is safe and I'm alive watching my favorite podcast, Long Live ILP. Glad to hear you're safe. That's a horrible
brother,
thing.
I'm sorry, brother.
Invasion of your
man.
space and your property.
It's personal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
brother.
that's something.
And if
hard.
we could give any
Devastating.
comfort during a tough time, we're happy and thankful to do that, brother. But thank you. For
Sorry
sure.
to hear that.
Sorry to hear
Glad
that.
to hear you guys
That you okay and no one lost their
Yes.
life. That's the main thing. Yeah.
Then we have Don Otaku again. Hold on a second. He's got to scroll back. The face piercing was a kid, and that's what they're freaking out about, but I still don't think that's enough to censor. They don't. Why would they not say that in the article, though? Then we have E. Murray, $5 super chat. Amazon brought out Alexa devices in 2013. Same year as Kinect and Xbox One. Gamers are late with tech for 2 gens.
It's new stuff. What are you talking about? This is new. Hey, PlayStation, it's new.
Then we got Lord
It's in
Metroid, $2 super chat. And then we got Lord Metroid speaking as Fonzarelli. Fonz, King, Skyward Sword is whack. That was a
Yeah,
bit
like
sad.
the whole Nintendo topic that's coming up next. In the bushes.
The Skyward Sword was a good game. I enjoyed it.
But yeah, I don't listen to him. He mad. He mad because Metroid sits outside.
Well, I literally just agreed with you. Like,
No, I'm talking
No,
about
not
he's
you. We
mad.
talking about
Oh,
Lord
I'm sorry.
Metroid. We
Yeah.
talking about Lord Metroid, not you.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's mad that Metroid sits outside
we're
Where it
done.
belongs.
in the bushes.
We're done. Let's go.
Cog, can't hear you.
Sorry. Nintendo Direct. Let's talk about it. Who saw it? What's going on? Addict, you was kind of hype, I thought. I was shocked. What's going on?
It was a good direct. Like, it was a really solid direct. You know, it showed me some things I want to play with on my Switch, but I've said multiple times over and over again, you know, with third-party stuff not really hugely present, and if it is present, I'd rather play it on a better performing platform.
Mhm.
Their first party is the only stuff I care about, and they still lack it. But I do feel like they did give the Switch user base reasons to play the Switch this year. Maybe not always me, because I want to play that. I'm going to review that that Final Fantasy Tactics game. It's not actually Final Fantasy Tactics, but it's inspired.
Triangle
like
strategy.
Triangle strategy, yeah. So I think that's a really good, solid experience I'll have for them. I'm going to review that on the Iron Lords podcast channel, so definitely look out for that.
Yeah.
But as far besides that, like, I don't really see like anything like to the scales of like Horizon on their platform this year so far, or you know, to the scales of even Starfield. Like it's just, I feel like
Mario Strikers.
Yeah, and I mean
that's cool, but can we really compare that to games like I don't like, unless Breath of the Wild doesn't come out this year, I don't see like one of their games being in that game of the year talk. So
I
long.
think
Switch is not coming in hot this year.
I think we're getting those announcements in June.
Okay.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Okay.
But usually when the June stuff happens, that's for the year after.
No, not really. Second half. They'll give you some stuff for the beginning
Yeah,
of
you
the.
might be right. I might not entirely pay attention. to this.
You might not have entirely absorbed the information correctly. Shout out to you not doing the research. Salute to you.
I paid attention, but that's all, man.
I love
As
how
far
you
as
mix this.
reading, I was elected to do a podcast, not to read.
I am done with you. Moving on.
That's off The Simpsons, in case any of you don't know that.
I gotta break protocol real quick because we lost Mexican Zoe Word, $5 super chat. PlayStation. Hey, King Boo Boo. King. Hey, PlayStation. You stupid. Shout out to Mexican Zoe Word. So, what's Switch coming in hot for you with this direct?
No, they really are. Like
Woo!
in terms of their first party stuff,
Let's get it.
they're finally showing love to like the B tier, the C tiers, and stuff you haven't seen for a long time. Obviously, Advanced Wars finally coming back.
Yes.
Yeah, Kirby looked good. Kirby looked good.
looked good.
Kirby's
Kirby-
Not to me. I wouldn't play it. But Kirby looked
Kirby
good.
look good, but not to me.
But the Kirby,
No, but it looked like
seems-
something I could see the user base
Yes.
playing, and it looked like something that was quality. But
it
it
seems
it
closer
wasn't
to Mario
enticing
Odyssey,
to me.
right? It seems
Yeah,
closer.
Kofi's calling that Kirby Odyssey.
Kirby Odyssey. Yeah, no, because it really does feel like that. And but Kirby games are mostly for children. And this may be like just as easy, but at least it seems like it'll be more widely appealing to the rest of the Switch crowd. But Splatoon 3, like little things that they showed like that. What the heck else? So we have Chrono Cross, we have Kirby, we have the Klonoa series that PlayStation doesn't seem to care about the legacy, but obviously it's certain games that were on the PlayStation are coming to the Switch. Triangle strategy, like Addict said, those are the perfect types of games for the Switch. The stuff they're doing with Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, talk about it.
Kind of crazy. This is what I was talking about. Like, they essentially turning this game into a service.
It's a game, it's a service.
It really is.
You never get Mario Kart 9.
Dude, 48 tracks
That could have been a new game.
Yeah, essentially. And they're gonna give that to, if you already have that online stuff, it's already included. Otherwise, it's $25.
Yeah.
Even if it's not included, you don't have that online stuff. It's $25 for 48 new tracks over the course of the next.
They kind of slick with the locking you into the
know,
online pass. But you want it, you get it that online pass expansion.
We have to give them a lot of props because we really attacked that N64 expansion and Sega expansion. But now I see a little bit more of their overall view of they wanting to do it. Like, that's kind of like their ultimate.
It just feels like
Game
all
Pass
of their
Ultimate.
DLC is going to go in there, right? Any significant
And
DLC,
I do think that gives it value.
Absolutely. And again, if you weren't an Animal Crossing person, that upgrade didn't mean much to you. But this we talked about it last week, man. That Mario Kart is the GOAT. It just keeps selling.
Imagine when the next Pokemon comes out and the expansions come in.
And then Arceus is going crazy too. It just feels like the Switch is finally doing, even on the third party side, what it was meant to do, which is, I remember saying this, so I just want all of my old games on there. And they're getting there. Now the problem is they're doing that. You got Portal, you got all this stuff. Assassin's Creed. The problem is that now we've elevated. See, back then we were all cool still with 30 FPS. We're not cool with 30 FPS anymore. Like, we're gonna need a new Switch to have that be viable for me.
Wasn't feeling that No Man's Sky moving the way it was moving?
Yeah, that's fine. No, what I wasn't feeling, that the fact that the show was hiccuping during the stream. I was like, you saw that?
Yeah,
you saw that? I was like, oh no.
Ooh, yeah.
But again, I think they're being good at what they're good at. They're still going to be bad at what they're bad at because they're not making any headway there. They need a new machine if they're going to be talking about these games that are coming out now. Otherwise, it ain't happening. But that's the thing. If they already said, it's like, all your stuff you guys doing, Sony, PlayStation, and Xbox buying all this, we're not about that. We're good where we are. They're going to be good where they are until, I will say this, if one of the big two takes a Japanese publisher off the table, then you got to start thinking a little bit differently. Then you cannot be in this walled garden by yourself and not pay attention to what's going on, because you will be affected.
No, fair enough.
I mean, I think if it's Microsoft,
I honestly feel like if Nintendo wanted to, they could live without third-party support. Like,
they kind
they
of
would have
been
to
doing
amp up stuff.
kind of been doing it.
But they do, but they don't, because they still get a lot of support from third-party studios as timed exclusives.
But that's what I mean, like second party sort of stuff, and third-party exclusives, right? That sort of stuff is going to be off the table.
And you know, COD didn't know that Octopath Traveler is not on PlayStation.
I didn't know that.
No.
Yeah, it's only on Xbox and Switch and PC.
It was weird that it came to Xbox with the Game Pass stuff. So to me, I think this is, for what Switch is and is becoming and transforming into, it's great. I think they're going to continue to focus on their IP the way they always have. I think when we look at this and then we look at what I assume they're going to talk about in June, it could be 2017 all over again. And bro, by the end of the year, we could be looking at 130 million plus Switches. Wow. So I don't care how the games run.
Don't get mad. Don't get mad.
It's the truth. It's just the truth. Now,
all I'm saying is, I'm happy that we had an eye doctor on the show.
Yo, no, you're not gonna do that.
Everybody that's
we all got
coming in
switch
hot
eye.
is gonna catch these cataracts, Jack.
Stupid. So, King, our resident Switch expert.
Exactly.
Yeah, how did you feel about this Direct?
I ain't watched that thing.
You know what makes me mad about
Speaking
King,
of not
though?
doing research.
Yeah, because King always talk about, oh, I played the Nintendo games though. You even fraud on the Nintendo games.
No. Let me
Yeah,
be
you do.
honest with you. Let me be honest with you. There was a lot of stuff that was going on this week, and they said that the Nintendo Direct was up, and when I went to go watch it, I did get a chance to watch it, and then I saw Spawn Wave, and Spawn Wave looked like he was really pissed off because Spawn Wave was like, yo, that Xbox Direct was crazy. Like, so if 90% of those games is coming to Xbox, and you got like 10% that's
Yeah,
not.
a lot was coming. Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, I'd rather play them in good resolution. Shout out to me.
Shout out to him. We happy
But
we had
that's
an eye
weird, but
doctor
he-
on today.
But he had plenty for him too. Like
Yeah.
Wave is straight Nintendo.
Listen, I say God bless. I got Game Pass. Like, you really want? I'm gonna buy that Nintendo
Or
little service thing.
But what if they put Game Pass on Switch? Would it then get you back in the
Yeah, it will make waves over here. But are they day and date? Here we go again. And they will
I
never
didn't mention
be.
What's up?
Mario Strikers, man. Mario Strikers look
No, I'm not buying no Mario. Don't sit there and try to gas me up on some Mario soccer. Get the hell out of
Fun.
here.
It did
Like,
look fun. I'm not
fun.
gonna lie, it did.
Yo,
Mario.
did he
It's not
just-
really Mario. It's more like Mario, like rugby. Like
I
it's
don't
like,
care.
It's like wrestling.
Just because you want to turn it to rugby now, I'm supposed to be amped. Like I'm supposed to say, yo,
Bro,
Mario out here tuggling and messing up over there. I don't care about none of that stuff that you talked about. That is none of those mainline Mario games.
You play plenty of lesser quality games in Game Pass. don't
Yes.
Yeah,
do.
but you know what's crazy?
Yeah, the
Ask me
pocket.
how
I
much
know.
spend on it.
I know.
So
I know.
ask me this: am I running out spending $56.95 for strikers?
$56.95. Look, man, all I know is I don't know if I'll be playing Mario Strikers because those type of games don't normally interest me. I might buy it if like enough of my like I have a friend Evan. We play like Mario Party, but like when it comes to Strikers, I'll probably play it if other people play.
Yeah, no, I feel I jump.
But I've always been one of those people. It doesn't matter if it's not in Game Pass, if it doesn't matter if it's in PlayStation Now, even if it's on Stadia. If the game interests me enough, I'm going there. Like,
Go for it.
No, I know that. I'll jump in. Yo, this is a strong one. This is a strong one. They came out. I didn't expect nothing from this one. They had some joints. Not everything was for me, but I think they had a little bit for everyone.
Good direct.
Yeah, they had a strong. In a time that really I didn't think they had a lot to talk about. But for me, the Advanced Wars look fire. Force Unleashed. Can we talk about that? Like
Advanced Wars is $60 though. for that.
That's my game. That's one of my favorite Game Boy joints, though. I used to
Yeah,
love that
Y'all
Advanced
game.
Wars
paying
is fire.
$60 for games that's 480p.
I gotta agree with him on that, man. That game does not look like a $60
That
game.
game does not look so good. It's 1 and 2 with the remaster.
Okay, so the $30 games, man.
And combined.
In the words of King, I can get 2 months of Game Pass for that.
You got a problem. That's what the game. The fanboys are saying that this is y'all the problem with gaming.
This is where my fourth nerve palsy come into play. You gotta hold one eye when you play Switch games.
This is what they said. This is the problem with the gamers, the Xbox guys. They don't want to buy games. They just want to wait for services.
I have no problem buying games, but I do value certain games over others. And I can assure you right now, Advanced Warfare for $60 is not the value that I'm looking for. Now, I will say I would wait for some type of savings with the Nintendo Switch, but we know they don't do that either. So I'm probably not going to be buying that game. So.
Anyways,
Tell the truth.
But it
Addict.
looks fun.
Tell the
It does
truth,
look
shame
fun.
the devil. Tell him.
anyway,
Addict.
looks
There's
good.
no value.
And did people see how Force Unleashed and the Assassin's Creed
That's what I was about to
collection
say.
look like?
Yeah.
So Assassin's
Look
Creed.
horrible.
Assassin's
They look
Creed.
horrible.
But the thing. Oh wait, you gotta
They
remember though.
were literally one step above Lego games. Like that's how
Wow.
bad they look.
I can't.
Disrespectful.
Y'all
But this
are
is the-
wild crazy.
Yeah, look, the Force Unleashed for whatever reason they ported the Wii version. which is-
Yeah, which
I don't
is weird.
understand
I
that. That's
understand
They
stupid.
did what they could do.
Nah, we're not gonna front like the Switch is more powerful than the 360. Those games ran on the 360. So for whatever reason, again, we're not 30 FPS is out the window. We don't need that no more. Like,
That's because when it comes to third party, they do whatever they can to get the game working on the system, and then they're like, "We don't care about anything besides that. It runs.
It runs.
Start
runs.
menu. You can press A. Ship it. It's
Savage.
over." Like,
Anyway, shout out to Sam Gilbert. What's going on?
They know they demographic.
Look, I thought MLB The Show soft. That was a good look for them to have that promotion.
Oh no, I
Perfect
had a
cover.
feeling. Yeah, I had a feeling they were gonna show gameplay.
Cross
Yeah.
play, cross progression.
That's why I told you even if it's 2 frames per second, they get my money.
You can continue your season on the go. You know what I'm saying? Then
I tried to play that Yu-Gi-Oh game on Switch. It was bad. So I don't play the Yu-Gi-Oh game on the Switch anymore.
I will say this, yo. To me, the one that people sleeping on though, they brought what they call it, Switch Sports now, the Wii Sports. With the new, listen, people can say what they want. King, we just had that. We had that Xbox One retrospective on DDU. We talked about the Kinect, and we all know the Kinect did bite off of the Wii's flow, right?
Yes.
So, and that was the packing game that blew everybody.
I moved furniture to do that box.
Fact, like that game, and they added soccer. What is it? All type of golf is coming, volleyball, bowling, tennis.
Yeah, but
that's
the
gonna
thing is,
move
the
units.
reason that game did so well is because it was bundled with the Switch.
Right,
I mean,
but
the Wii.
but people going to buy it. They got so many people that got a Switch right now.
I think people are gonna buy it. It's gonna do well, but I don't think it has any. I don't think it has any chance of reclaiming what it done in the past.
No, I think unless they consider it a pack-in.
No, well, I don't know about them.
They might make that a pack-in. When I saw that, I was thinking that would be a great pack-in Switch game.
He clouded the Switch Lite.
Get it to stand still so you can know
that's his version of saying let's end the podcast.
Oh no, yeah, that's a wrap. Like though they can't do it.
That's a good question. They gotta have.
Useless.
So wait, we gotta find out. Like Switch Lite owners, can they play Switch Sports?
Yeah, you can partake.
Like, because I know they said you can use one Joy-Con to play the Joy. So because with the motion control games,
they'll probably make versions of that go for the Lite too.
You see people out there swinging, they switching it.
Anyway,
I mean, you have people break it because they threw their Switch and they're like, I didn't get the memo.
Yo, they put a wrist strap on a Switch.
I think what you can do, right? You could connect another set of Joy-Cons to it, and if you prop it up somewhere and play it that way, but on a small screen, but that's it. But you're not playing it. Yeah, I mean, they basically.
Anyway, King's had enough.
He got a Dr. Octopus Switch.
I can't. King's literally had enough at this time. I'll say the last thing. I did think, from a fan standpoint, they ended the show well. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. You know what I'm saying? Major franchise for them. Then they had the Fire Emblem 3
Warriors,
something.
the Muso.
Yeah, the Muso joint.
It was a good show.
It was
one of the best shows I've had in a while.
Everybody's telling me it's a good show.
Yeah, super strong show. They showed out. They really, in a period where I didn't think they was gonna have a lot to talk about, it was a super strong show. They rock it. And still my greatest draft pick, the Nintendo Switch, which I told people who laughed at me, who said this generation, who's gonna buy it, who's this for, all this. I told y'all this was gonna be that one. This is my greatest draft. I am so Nintendo with this because everyone laughed me out the room, and I said there's gonna be a market for this. Trust me when I say it. And they got the third party support. They killed it, and people acting like they not winning generation every month for the most part, right?
Yeah,
Sony did win a free eye doctor visit.
Switch coming in hot, y'all.
I think the only people that really question if the Switch is going to be success was the people that don't have an idea of how popular they're on the mobile division. Like once I saw they hybrided them, I already knew it was going to be success because they've not made nothing that's mobile that's not been gold.
Shout out to Earthbound. That was the last one, but that's it. Let's get up with these. Check it out here. I'll read the poll while you waiting if you want something.
I'm ready.
Oh, you ready? Let's do it.
There wasn't a whole lot leading into it. We have Donald Taku, $2 super chat. September Direct is for the year after. So the June Direct is still for this year. September Direct is for what's coming the following year. Okay. Then we got Hargate Chani, $5 super chat. Nintendo games will outsell the PlayStation games. Nintendo out here dominating, but PlayStation, Xbox players don't want to acknowledge.
Talk to them.
Go dominate this.
That's one of the reasons you don't see like PlayStation fanboys bringing up like sales anymore, because there's no reason to bring that up, because you can't go on there and bring up that you got second or
they can't read it anyway.
Ridiculous. Good.
Then we got Flame, $2 super chat. Shout out to Curry and the Throat Mobile.
Whoa.
Let's go.
Whoa. Flame.
If you don't know what he's talking about, watch that. Watch that trailer.
Yeah.
Then we have Daughter Taco, $5 super chat. 2022 is the send off of this gen. That's why they're going hard. 2023 will be quiet, and then 2024, the next gen Switch will come out and dominate.
Okay.
Oh man, look at that.
I don't think it's a send off quite yet, though.
Y'all been talking about that Switch Pro for the last 5 years.
That is kind of true.
And they gave you an old LED.
Yo, savage. So.
Then we got Hectic World, $5 super chat. The new Switch is the Steam Deck. No waiting on Nintendo. Just emulate people like I will, but first party only. Yeah, thank you for telling us of the robbery you're about to be start doing. That's great.
Here at
you know
the
what?
Lords podcast,
Remember,
we don't. We don't.
FEC is watching.
Uh-huh. You know what it is?
FEC.
Don't let the feces get you.
Pause. He ready to go.
But
Come on,
I listen, I will say this. If
yes, I know what he's saying.
the Steam Deck at the $400 price point, it could, but if you can't get enough of those into people's hands, it doesn't matter.
And we've already shown that it's not just to have the most powerful thing does not guarantee you generation.
Yeah, that's right.
Then we got Necromancer Zale, $5 super chat. It's time for the Switch 2. I can't stand the downgraded gameplay on this ancient console.
You won't
Then
see
we
the
got-
new one coming.
Then we got Dodo Taco, $5 super chat. King talking about Switch's performance, but they had more first-party 60 FPS games than PS4 and Xbox One.
And you didn't see them. Shout out to the cataract corrections.
Stupid.
Then Dodo Taco again, $2 super chat. The Force Unleashed was a port of the Wii version. Like I said, I don't know what the hell
was that about.
I don't know what they were that about.
It's lit.
Then we got
You know it's lit.
Then we got Hargi Chidi, $5 super chat. Man, if Nintendo comes out with Breath of the Wild 2 in the fall and announce the next Mario game for spring, damn.
Game over.
Woo. Oh my God. It's lit.
Time.
Okay. Continue.
They hungry.
Yeah.
I've already ate.
Then we got Dodo Taco again, $5 super chat. 103 million Switches sold, no COD, no Destiny. Sony and Xbox could never do it with mostly first party. They're in a lane of their own now.
How many
Those are bars. Those are bars. Those are bars.
You broke because I got one.
And that,
103.
that is that.
All right, let me read the actually the merch real quick, and then the poll will get out of here. Shout out to Stuffed Sean, got that classic tee, got that Phil Dominance. Salute to the Lord from the Emerald Realm of Ireland. Thank you for this amazing show every week. Shout out to the best team in New York. He said, "Go Bills!" Wow. Okay, Bill. Okay. Then we got
home too.
K Johnson for the ladies. He got that Phil Dominance for the lady. Picked it up for the lady.
That's
okay.
what's up.
He had to scoop a shirt and support he said the ILP EYELP. She, sorry. Oh, sorry, K John. Yeah, she brought the woman's come. Oh, salute to the lady in the realm. She got she had to support the ILP. Salute. Thank you. Sorry about that. And then let's get the poll. Let's get this cleaned up. With Microsoft recently stating that they will continue to make Call of Duty and other popular Activision Blizzard titles available on PlayStation. What other popular Activision Blizzard game do you think will remain multi-platform? The choices are A, Overwatch 2, B, Diablo 4, C, both, or D, I don't care. We all know the feds is parked outside Redmond campus right now. Salute to all the people in the vote going on. You already know. So salute. It was a fantastic. Again, salute to Dr. I got pulling up. Absolutely hilarious. Oh, shout out to Donald Taco upgraded his membership. Salute to you. But yeah, we had a good one. More fun. Hopefully a big surprise this month. I don't want to jinx it, but Addict knows we trying to work on something real special. We got things cooking up. But Addict, where can people find you? What you got going on, sir?
Find me on Twitter, Lord Addict ILP. You can find me on YouTube, Gaming Addict. I'll be releasing a video tomorrow. Also, we will keep an eye on the memberships and the Patreon. We'll be go ahead and doing another Lord's Play community night. I don't know when it's going to be. I don't know what game it's going to be, but what we're going to do is I'm going to put up a post on both. And you're going to put games in there, and we're going to pick 4 games that you guys put in both of those. So we're picking the 4 games that you guys put in there, and then we'll put those on Twitter and let everyone choose. But the members and patrons will be the one picking the game that we play.
No doubt, no doubt. Lord Sav, where can the five people find you? What you got going on, sir?
Nothing. I'm trying to play more Sifu, man. Just trying to get better at that game.
It's a great game. I wish if we didn't have a guest, I would have talked about it more.
Yeah,
it's a great game.
Next week we'll talk about Sifu a little bit more in depth. But like, the only issue I'm really having with it is the camera gets stupid sometimes. But apart from that, like, I don't mind it kicking my ass. It is really, 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 really a good game. I love it.
No doubt. Lord King, where can the five people find you? What you got going on? Explaining the rules of knee bending.
These dudes is wild crazy. There's a lot of stuff that's weird with these guys, and I just sit there and watch these grown, strong babies cry.
I think a lot of them, they're not even really saying like you have to like. They know that the betting thing going on, but it's just like a community thing that they like throwing back at you. Where's the knees at now, King? Like
no. They've lost so much that they're grasping at
Oh
straws.
my
Oh my God! Let's not open it up.
I've seen generals arise from the grave.
So we're calling them generals now.
Yeah, well, they're not. They generally gone.
Well, you just called them generals.
Well, they used to be.
Time gets back to
Until I had to lay waste to their whole nation. But I do have fun with these guys on Twitter, and I love engaging. Somebody said, "Oh, I follow a lot of people because I'm not an elitist. I don't care. My follow is not conditional on something else. It's just whatever. You follow me, I follow you. And if you're respectful, we have fun topics that we can talk about and engage throughout the day. And hopefully we can put smiles on each other's faces because at the end of the day, we all play games. I joke around, but if Breath of the Wild 2 come out this year, I'll be at the store. They be getting my money, and I'll be going to get cataract correction surgery later. But at the end of the day, it's about these games, and I love just to say, "Hey, PlayStation."
That's what this is all about.
Hey, you gotta say it with the Blaze 4K voice.
Hey, PlayStation.
Yo,
PlayStation, baby.
I can't. Okay, he is really entertained by that feature. Anyway, again, shout out to
I can't wait
Dr.
to use it.
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Alex, everybody else pulled up to be silly. We got some fun stuff lined up this month. Again, trying to do something really special and big. Stay tuned for that. We'll hopefully try to make something happen. And that's all I got, Addict. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
And again, thank y'all for dealing with the technical difficulties. We have figured it out. And hopefully not again anytime soon. I'll catch you. Everybody, enjoy the Super Bowl. Do your thing. Hey, King. We out. Peace.
Peace.
We're going to have...